Titties.
Ooga booga.
Welcome to Leone and Friends D&D 5e, where I, your Dungeon Master Leon, take a bunch of engineer and aspiring engineer friends into the wonderful world of Dungeons and Dragons. Tonight's recap is brought to you by the party's cleric, Osas, played by Tausif. So go ahead and take it away.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the handicap cleric. So what happened last session was basically it was a big fight among kobolds and wyverns. So wyverns are essentially some little like creatures that are smaller than dragons but very look-alike. So there were fights. Fight has at certain points it escalated to the point that Whiskey Jack almost lost his life. And I remember Maximus butchering the crap out of it. What else? There were, to be specific, there were 4 wyverns and a whole bunch of kobolds around. But eventually, everybody fought together, including the ship's crew and the captain, and we won the fight. Later on, it was nothing but just some role playing and trolls doing some weird stuff that's really not worth mentioning, and that's pretty much it.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead and give yourself inspiration. So that's pretty much where we left off. So currently, if you guys haven't already, you guys gain all your resources, gain all your whatchamahoots back, health, resources, all that stuff. As eventually the night passes and soon enough the sun begins to rise over the horizon to the east. And so more towards the land masses that are off in the distance, a sun is beginning to appear and crest over the horizon. It's the beginning of a new day. Yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Well, first, get out of bed.
Sure, Earthmile. Get out of bed.
Look around.
Look around. You're currently in your cabin room, currently with Crush and Whiskey Jack, dead asleep. I'm picking up a lot of background noise from you, Task, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Well, to suffer the fact that I'm like squished between two big burly men, I just slap them awake.
Sure, you do so. Crush, you are slapped awake.
So friendly in the morning, aren't we?
Maya. Whiskey Jack, in like a deep sleep, does not respond.
Okay. So yeah, let's go eat. Hungry shit.
You sound very low, by the way.
Me?
Yes.
Any better?
It's like.
You sound lower.
Really?
There you go.
Okay, nice,
Perfect.
Okay. Oh yeah, so I just tell Crush, yo, let's go eat. I'm hungry as hell.
Sure, you tell Crush that you would like to go eat. Crush, how do you respond?
I hurry off. Like, yes.
Okay, you guys exit the room. Whiskey Jack dead asleep. You guys eventually end up in the common room. There's currently like a couple sailors who are currently eating. They kind of like, as you guys enter the room, they kind of like, some of them look at you guys and just continue eating.
Yo, Crush.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's the food?
Perception check. Can I do it?
Go ahead. What are you looking for again?
Food.
Where they serve the
Oh,
food?
where do they serve the food?
Yeah.
So where you
No,
guys?
like,
Go ahead.
where we at? Yeah, like where we at? Like where's the food being distributed at? I should say.
So the food that they're currently eating, there's currently a couple like baskets of like dried food, dried meats currently on the counter that you guys got the ale from, where the keg used to be, no longer there.
Okay, I go there, get my food. Hungry
Sure,
shit.
you take an assortment of like dried fruits, dried meats. There is currently another keg there, but it's slightly different from the one that you guys had previously.
Oh, he has apple juice in it.
I'll take one.
Same.
Okay, you guys take some food, take some take some liquid from the keg. It appears to be an ale, another form of ale. Not the same as the one that you guys had the day before, but not as much kick. But you know, and
Breakfast ale.
Yeah, so you
Breakfast
sit
ale.
down. Yeah, so I sit down.
you guys sit down at one of the few empty tables. There's currently a lot of people eating here. You know, you guys hear a little bit of laughter, some talking.
I
That's about it.
tear my food apart.
Sure, you do so. Would anyone else like to do anything?
I'm eating.
So
I wake up
Bleetov.
early, right?
Huh?
I wake up early though.
Yeah, you wake up early. You and Riley.
Right. I noticed
Yeah,
Valerie's asleep,
I'm
right?
eating.
Valerie is currently in her cabin room, sleeping.
Last time, right?
Huh?
Shared one.
Yeah, you guys
Yes.
shared a room. Yes.
They're sleeping and like quietly. Wait, what time? The time that me and Bleetov are up.
You guys are up way before the rest of the crew.
I just kind of
Like 4 hours before.
Yeah, like 4. Would you guys like to do anything in that time span?
cross my legs and sit on the bench. Just
Okay, sure.
I'll go to the highest point in the ship.
And you just wait?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys do so, and eventually time passes, and you guys, for you, Bleetov, you notice that eventually the ship essentially wakes up after a certain period of time. Much later on versus you, because, you know, you don't really sleep.
Alright, can I get up?
Oh, sure. Maximus, you get up. Currently on the deck, and you see some sailors who are currently, like, mopping the deck. One of them is, like, kind of, like, grumbling to himself.
And is Magnus still up there with me?
Sure.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna wake up Magnus and start packing my stuff away.
Sure.
Thank you, brethren.
You wake up Magnus, nudge him awake, and you begin
Like,
packing up your
you
stuff.
woke up way too cheerfully.
Oh, that's my alarm clock. What? Who cares? What? Morning? I hate everyone. Grumble, grumble, coffee, coffee.
So, is there anything
Oh,
else
no,
you
I
guys would like to do?
if it's the sun's up and everyone, I guess
Hey,
I
Magnus,
go to the mess hall.
Sure,
where
you go
everyone's
to the
eating.
common room.
Common room, yes.
Where currently Bleetov, you're there?
Mhm.
Bleetov, Crush, and Arithmia are currently there eating.
Magnus, would you mind getting me
Like the
food?
food and everything.
What's up? Say that again?
Where the plates and the food are and everything is.
What about it?
What I want to do is I want to go get the food and then sit next to Dane.
Sure. You collect the foods that are prepared, an assortment of dried fruits, dried foods. You know, that would be commonly found on a ship, and there's currently a keg sitting on the side as well, and like a couple tankards.
But if there's water, I take that and then head over. In
There's none.
that case, I get a little bit of whatever's in the keg.
Sure. You take a tankard and fill it up, and what appears before you is like a very lightly colored liquid with that foams at the top a little bit.
I disconnect you guys. Did I miss anything?
Not really.
Okay. Alright, we're good then.
That's take a brief look at it, shake it around a little bit, and then I walk towards the table.
Sure, you walk to the table that currently has Bleetov, Crush, and Arithmia, who are currently eating. Arithmia is eating like she's never seen food before.
I'd pick off an apple and be like, Arithmia, do you need a little more food?
Yo, I'm hungry as hell. Yes.
I take like an apple or something, and I kind of push the rest towards her, and then take a sip of my drink.
That's
Sure.
it? Really? That's it? Eh, whatever. I take it with, I take whatever she gave me and eat that shit.
Sure, you do so. Is there anything else anyone would like to do?
Let them chew with their mouth closed.
Just scarfing down my food.
Okay. Osas, let's see, who haven't I heard from? Osas, what would you like to do? Tazif? I don't think
Oh,
he's...
can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I forgot I made it a push to talk. Sorry. So I wake up, but instead of going for food or whatnot, I kind of head to the deck, I guess, to like look at the daylight or whatever.
Sure. You head up to the deck and you see that the ship is coming back to life. There's currently people. You pass by the common room. You see your allies who are currently eating. There's a couple other sailors who are eating as well. You know, talking, laughing, general sorts of stuff. You pass by them, head on to the main deck of the ship. You're currently at the main deck of the ship. What would you like to do? There's currently like a couple sailors. Some of them are swapping the deck. There's some who are like, it seems like currently the sails for the ship are currently unfurled, or rather furled. So the ship isn't going anywhere right now.
So any area where it's like a little less crowded, so it's like I can just take my own corner and just, you know, kind of not exactly meditate, but kind of like just chanting my mantra or whatever.
Probably.
Just casually.
You take a look around, and from where you're standing, the place you could go to would probably be the, what's it called? The front of the ship, also known as the Fore.
The fourth, okay. So yeah, I go there just casually, just chanting my mantra.
Alright, you casually chant your mantra.
Still have that knot on my stomach for that guilt.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
You feel bad about what you did, chanting your mantra. You walk up. There's currently there's no one really here at the fore of the ship. Excuse me. You walk up the stairs and head towards the front of the ship, and to your right is a very large blue gem set into the floor with a metallic trim of like dragons encircling one another, almost swallowing each other. Other than that, this area seems relatively peaceful versus the midsection of the ship where there's where the primary part of the battle took place. There's a lot of like blood and like guts, and you see that the sailors are trying to clean up that mess as you pass by. So, what would you like to do?
At this point, I'm just you know, kind of like enjoying the fresh air per se, and just like, you know, and casually just doing my religion stuff.
Sure.
You sound muffled.
That's it.
So yeah, so you you know, do a little bit of not incantations. You do a bit of you recite your prayers and go through what you know, and enjoying the view all the while and the nice breeze that's afforded to you. Would anyone else like to do anything?
And I guess I keep an eye out because, you know, after the fight, if there's anything coming out.
Sure. You take a look around, and for miles to the north, to the east, it's just blue. To the east,
keep an eye out.
yeah, to the east and the south, you see distant land masses, but that's about it.
Alright, I just stayed like that. That's it.
Okay. Would anyone else like to do anything? Anyone else like to do anything?
Guys,
Not really. I'm just eating.
So I'll give you guys a choice. We can fast forward because, you know, ship ride. There's not much to really do unless you guys have some downtime activities you guys would like to do. We can fast forward this about, I believe it was 10 days, or sorry, 9 days. No, 10 days. I'm sorry.
Fast forward.
So we could progress the story. Nothing's gonna not a lot can happen on the ship until the point where you guys reach the landmass that contains Wiham.
So this is gonna be you rolling for encounters like we did when we walked to the haunted place.
1 second.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yep. So for the rest of the trip, it's gonna be a very uneventful 10 days. So if you guys would have any downtime activities you guys would like to do,
yes, please.
so what would you like to do,
I would
Osas? 10 days of downtime.
I noticed Osas praying at all.
Yes, definitely praying.
Praying.
So how would you guys like to do? You guys want to do just one day and then skip the rest, or how would you guys like to do this?
I'm kind of doing it like every day, kind of like a 2-3 hours kind of thing, just putting it in.
Okay. So for the rest of the trip, you're gonna be praying.
Essentially, just food and that. If and nothing else is happening, to be honest.
Okay, sure. Give me 10 religion checks.
Holy crap.
It's 10 days.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Please give me something, please.
Oh,
17. Natural 20. Stop.
That's all you need. Stop.
6-9.
Stop.
Come on, 9.
You really want the meme to go, didn't you?
Okay. So, 1 second.
New phone, who dis? Tasha comes in with the new phone, be like, it's your
Okay.
boy.
Osas.
Pretty high now.
So you spend the rest of the trip, or rather 3 days of the trip going on from this day. You spend those 3 days praying. First night you pray. Technically this is your second night praying. And you pray to your goddess, Bernard True Silver, to no avail on the second night, technically. Third night you do the same. Still no avail. But on the fourth night, rolling that natural 20, you pray to your what are you praying? What are you saying? Tassif?
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Press the talk, Tassif.
I keep
Push it.
forgetting that it's
Push the talk, push the
yeah,
talk.
sorry.
What do you want to say? Or what are you praying on the fourth day?
At this point, I'm like really desperate because I have never disappointed her in ever. So I'm like really looking for mercy, and I understand that you
understand. Sorry.
the drunk me, or I guess like the drunk or cursed me or whatever has taken advantage of it, and it's really not a good feeling that I've been having. And
Okay.
being rejected by your god is like being abandoned, abandoned little kid in an island.
Okay.
So I'm like kind of desperately like looking for mercy or whatnot.
Okay. Sure. So, on the fourth night, Osas, you pray to your goddess and you pray for forgiveness. You beg for forgiveness, and you don't get a response immediately. Not immediately, at least. But when you lay down at night, you begin dreaming, Osas. You begin to dream that you're somewhere else, not here in Atoran or any place that you've been before, but you find yourself. 1 second. Osas, you awaken
Yes.
from your well, rather you find yourself in what appears to be a dream or a vision. You're not entirely sure. You look around. You're not in your usual like heavy plate armor. You find yourself in a very light, like dwarven robe, akin to something very traditional, very old, very classic, I guess. You find yourself. You look around. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, hold on.
13. You look around, and before you, like directly in front of you, is this very large palace, a castle, a stronghold. The first thing that you immediately notice is you've seen it before. You've been there. You notice the masonry, the dwarven masonry, but it's a lot more. It's almost. I guess the word that I'm looking for is it's almost perfect. There's no like tarnishes, no like signs of wear and tear. It looks like it's old, and it's been there for God knows how long. You look around, and what you see before you. So above you is like clear blue skies, cloudless, and around you is just an endless plain of green grass. You can feel like a slight breeze of wind, and you can see, you know how like the color shifts as wind passes through an open field. You can just slightly see shifting winds over this endless sea of grass, and before you again is a very large, very sprawling dwarven stronghold, and it seems the door. There's these two very large wooden doors with like metal trims to it, and it seems as though the door is slightly cracked open.
So I try to go in.
You begin to walk, and the first thing that you notice, give me another perception check.
Okay.
14. You begin to walk, and the first thing that you notice, it's very strange. It almost feels as if you're weightless. Like there's nothing weighing you down here. There's all burdens, all like things from your past. Nothing of it hinders you here. It's almost, it's strange. It feels as if you've been freed from your past, and you're currently here in the present. Not entirely sure where you are, but you are here in this moment, Osas. And again, you're walking forward. You walk past this very large, impossibly tall, two wooden heavy doors. Like the door's thickness is like 3 times of you, Osas. Very thick, it makes you wonder like who built this this stronghold, this castle. And but eventually, again, there's like enough room for you to maneuver around these 2 heavy wooden doors, and you enter, and before you is the interior of the castle, or this stronghold, this palace, and it's very, very wide ceiling. Around you is just this, again, ancient but almost untarnished dwarven structure, these pillars that rise up to the ceiling, and there's several stained glass. Give me a history check.
1 sec.
2. All around this stronghold, this heavy dwarven stronghold, several panes of tinted stained glass that have images that tell stories. You're not sure what exactly these glass say, but all around you is these very, very large, very tall, very wide stained glass. With several dwarven imagery. Before you is a very large, sprawling hallway with a very regal-looking red carpet in the center. And to the side of that red long carpet is pews, ordinary wooden pews that line very perfectly, meticulously down the center. At the very end of this corridor are 2 thrones, and there a figure sits on one of them.
I'm assuming that's Bernard Trusilver's figure.
Who knows?
I do a perception check to check.
It's way too far for you to see.
Okay, so this is how Osas is feeling right now. It's like you can, the place is so divine and just sublime. It's almost like too good to be true, but at the same time, like, it feels amazing. But it's not the guilt that he's feeling. It's almost
the guilt that you have is no longer with you.
Oh.
You're weightless. Nothing ties you down here. It feels it's like this like out of world experience. But you do remember what you did, but that guilt doesn't exactly like weigh you down, I guess. So again, down this long corridor with pews on the side and that long regal carpet down the middle, 2 thrones, 1 figure on the seat to your right.
So I kind of take a gulp and just slowly approach, just very curious as to like who's sitting there. So I'm approaching essentially.
You begin approaching the figure, and as you approach, give me a perception check. 15. As you approach Osas.
13, 14, 15 for real.
15.
Mm-hmm.
You begin approaching Osas, and as you approach, you notice that to the left and right of you, these very large I don't want to use the word. I guess the word would be torch sconces. Or more like candelabras, I think they're called. These lighting fixtures to the left and right of you that are aligned with the pews as you walk begin to light up as you walk down the aisle, and as you walk up, you notice that you see a silhouette of a dwarven character who's currently kneeling over, like, as you're walking up, in front of you in the aisle is a silhouette of a dwarven character with long beard, heavy armor, very big shield, crouching and like looking over what appears to be someone who's on the floor unconscious. And you see like you see his hands over this creature, and you see 3 rings. And suddenly the silhouette and the rings dissipate.
So I see it, and it immediately just clicks in my brain that yes, that actually, yeah, that has happened. And I'm just astonished and curious at the same time.
Sure.
And I kind of like let out my, like, kind of not exactly yell out, but let out my voice as in Goddess True Silver.
You're still like a distance away. She's about, or it rather, is about, I want to say like 60, 50 feet. It's a very long corridor.
So I guess I still keep walking, but a little slower pace.
Okay, sure. You walk slower up to the figure who's sitting on this throne, to the far end of the corridor, which, by the way, above the throne is one circular stained glass that shows an image of a female who has like an aura around her, and you see her kind of like descending on this like this mass of people underneath her who are currently, you notice some of them seem deformed, some of them look sickly, some of them look on the verge of death. As you walk down the aisle, again, every now and then you see another silhouette of what appears to be a dwarven character, and you see that dwarven character again with a mighty shield, heavy armor. You see the silhouette of like very heavy armor, and you see him kneeling over what appears to be another unconscious body. And again, you see those 3 rings of light, and as you get closer to the silhouette, they vanish. This happens about, I would say, 3-4 times as you approach the throne.
So I really, at this point, I'm really calling out to Goddess True Silver, like, please, there's a possibility that I can really save these people. Please.
She's too far away.
I know, but I'm guessing these are signs per se.
Who knows?
The rings. Okay.
So what would you like to do, Osas? You're still a little bit of a distance away from the character in the throne.
I'm like Osas at this point is, I don't know. I guess from his I guess the kind of person he is, like he tries to cast Revivify here, if that's possible. You
want to cast Revivify on what? You have no target.
You're saying that there are like, oh, it's in the pictures. I'm sorry.
So what I'm describing is like a hologram kind. I guess that would be the best. Like a hologram appears in front of you. That stuff happens and it dissipates. It disappears. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what would you like to do at this moment? You're currently about, I want to say, like 30-40 feet from the figure in the throne.
Okay. Seeing that there's really nothing that I can do for these people. And it seems that somebody's at the end of the corridor. I keep walking. Okay. In hope that maybe that person or that being can help me.
You keep walking, Osas, and as you get closer, you're getting very close. You know, you can see. Give me a perception check. 16. You notice that at the very end of the corridor, as you're now approaching, you can see there's a character on who's sitting in the throne, who's wearing very elegant, very garbed in very beautiful, almost immaculate dwarven robes, slightly like with a tinge of like blue and like gold trims, and you see her hair very long, very pristine. You see her holding what appears to be a staff adorned with several different kind of like ornaments and jewels, and the staff itself is like a very immaculate kind of like steel. It could be silver, could be iron. You can't really tell from this distance, but as you're approaching, suddenly the lights that were growing around you begin to vanish one by one. And the light that was pouring in through the stained glass, they begin to dissipate, and the room grows dark. What would you like to do?
So at this point, I call for her name again. Oh, Goddess True Silver.
As you call out her name, as you call out True Silver's name, suddenly you see a silhouette of a dwarven character, long beard, draped in heavy armor, a great shield at his side, this very heavy tower shield at his side, and you can see a person, a character, humanoid, who's currently on the ground. You see the silhouette of the person on the ground. You see him scared, fearful, and you see the dwarven character approach this scared humanoid figure, and you see his shield being set against the you see the shield being set again, like adjacent to this creature, and another silhouette appears into view, and you can see the silhouette almost begging this dwarven character, and you see the dwarven character, you see his hand outstretched towards the one who's begging, and you see the humanoid who's not on the floor. You see him reach for something, and suddenly the image dissipates. And as the image dissipates, the light begins to come in and flow into the room again.
At this point, seeing that thing, it's like all of my guilt and like that heaviness that I was having in me. I guess it all starts coming back, and the intensity almost feels so intense to the point that my knees are shaking.
Sure.
And I kind of like I guess kneel down, but in a way that you just fall on your knees.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And I just say that I only wish that I could go back to that time to fix the wrong that I did.
Sure. You get these mixture of feelings, these mixture of thoughts in your mind, and as you do, you feel yourself get a little weak. But regardless, you see the character on the throne. You can now see her eyes are locked onto you, which, by the way, her eyes, you can tell, she has the irises, the color of her eyes is this piercing silver. She's watching you, but she sits there at her throne with the staff in hand.
So I guess, how far am I from?
You're getting close. You're about like 15 feet away. Close enough that you can see the colors in her eyes.
I guess I get back on my feet, and still my leg feels really heavy and weak as I really slowly approach, feeling as if that the person that I've been reaching out to not the person, my god is like the Bernard True Silver that I've been reaching out to is actually there in front of me, and
Sure.
I feel grateful, but at the same time really shameful for the fact that I kind of let her down, and it's like, I guess in my voice I can't express it, but Osas is kind of like crying.
Sure.
Like his eyes are tearing up.
Give me a wisdom saving throw. Actually, yeah, wisdom saving throw. 14. You attempt to strengthen your resolve. You attempt to like hone and harness your willpower, but you can't quite sharpen your resolve enough, and again you feel your knees tremble, you feel your eyes begin to water as you attempt to approach this character on the throne. You're about like 10 feet away, and you're beginning to feel yourself wane ever so slightly. What would you like to do? Actually, give me like a minute. I gotta take a bathroom break real quick. Give me like 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, alright.
He's got the serious shits right here.
Right.
1 minute shit.
This might still be recording.
He's
so
about to have a
what you
ghost
said.
poop. You know, just like.
Don't worry, Liam will just get a surprise when he listens to this again.
Leon's intestine's gonna be like the mill piping system.
Oh my god.
Not gonna lie,
Still
when
be
he
on
was
the
explaining it like inside the thing, I kind of lost track because it started getting loud in this side, and he was explaining a lot more detail. I was like, wait, am I supposed to? Is this a test? Like, am I supposed to save them, or what's going on? Can you guys hear me?
It's up to you,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
This is something you must decide on your own.
No, that's because I couldn't understand what he was saying at certain point because it was getting loud on this side.
Alright,
So
ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so where were we? Yeah, you're currently approaching. You're about like 10 feet away from the character who's on the throne. She seems to be sitting. Nothing, no kind of like reaction from her. You are kind of like currently struggling to make your way towards. What would you like to do? Osas?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know. I still try to approach, as close as I can.
Give me another wisdom saving throw.
Please.
24. You attempt to steal your resolve. And as a matter of fact, with a 24, you do. Your knees begin, or rather stop, trembling, and you kind of like wipe away the water in your eyes. And as you do, you see the character stand up. You notice, in terms of stature, she's similar to the stature of dwarves, a little taller. And again, she's wearing like these very elegant, regal blue robes with gold trimmings, and you see her hair kind of long. And with her staff, she approaches you. She heads towards. So you're currently down the aisle in the center. She's a little bit off to the right, and you see her kind of get up from her throne, straighten out her her dress, and she makes it to the front in the middle between the two thrones, and you see her kind of like just standing there.
I guess I start talking. So
What do you
I
say?
have to say that I'm truly grateful for all the things that you've done from the very beginning, from the beginning of my existence. You showed me the way. You've guided me the right path, and you basically gave purpose to my existence. And I really appreciate. I'm really grateful for that. But at the same time, I feel ashamed that I let you down because of what I did. I don't know what other way that I can repay.
Okay.
I'm really desperate.
So you say that, and you see her kind of like smile ever so slightly, and you hear her say, "Osas, you understand what transgressions you've come. You do understand why you're here, correct?" And you see her kind of a bit of a smile.
To pay for my sins?
Almost, but not quite. You do understand who I am, correct?
Bernard True Silver?
Indeed. I am Bernard Truesilver, deity of the domain of life. And she kind of, as she says that, she points, or rather she kind of like waves over to the stained glass behind her. and you get a closer look, and the image on the stained glass and what you see before you have very similarities. What you see before me is an image of me, my child. Now, do you understand what your purpose is?
To serve for the good, always serve for the greater good. Priority in life is a very essential life force.
No. You have yet to understand, my disciple. Do you understand what your job here on this plane is?
I don't know.
It appears you have a long way to go, Osas,
I-
my child.
I am. I really do apologize for any wrongings that I've done. I just want to do good to you. Do good by you. I don't know I'm so, I suck at English. And I just really wanted to please you.
And as you say that, she so in front of you is the carpet that leads up, and there's like a small flight of stairs that lead towards the two thrones. By the way, you notice that the two thrones, one of them is made out of a similar material to the staff that she's holding, this white kind of metallic silvery steel. You're not sure what it is. Next to her is one that that's like made out of what appears to be like solid gold. There's like this you see again like multiple like carvings and that would allude to a dwarven nature. And she begins to make her way down this very short flight of steps. And the moment that she does, you get this feeling wells up inside of this radiance, this warmth. For sure, what is in front of you, although somewhat dwarven in appearance, that the amount of like radiant energy that she has is immense. You feel this sense of security, warmth, and she looks at you. Do you not understand what your job here is, Osas?
To protect the living,
And the moment you say that, she nods. Your job is to protect life. Is that not correct?
Yes.
What you've shown me as of late
Yes,
is
Your Grace.
you've strayed from the path of my teachings, and you see her kind of like pace ever so slowly and slightly in front of you. Now, the display that you saw just a moment ago, do you understand what that was?
That was all the lives that I could have saved.
No, those are the lives that you did save, my child. However, that last display, do you understand what that was?
From my understanding, I guess one wrong can nullify a lot of rights. I guess.
Not quite. What you showed me was your... What you done
That was
there.
my dark side.
What you done there was not quite in accordance to my teaching, my child. We are to protect life, not endanger it. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Grace.
In that moment, she turns around, and again, you see that very long, almost like silvery hair that she has. She turns around for a moment, and you hear her ask, "Now, what can we do to make amends, my child?"
That I will always protect the life. Protect the people that. If anything were to happen to anyone, I will be there to save them, help them, and if they are in danger, help them get back up.
And the moment that you say that, you begin to feel this energy, this divine energy, this radiance begin to like build up inside of you. You see Bernard True Silver in front of you, her back turned. She begins to walk up the steps ever so slowly, and she turns around. My child Osas, perhaps maybe you understand what your job is on this plane of existence. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Grace.
And at that moment, you see her nod, and you see her turn around and slowly begin to walk towards the throne, and very, very slowly and very elegantly takes a seat without ruffling or like messing up her robes. She sits down, and staff at her side, and she looks at you. Osas, remember, your job, your mission, your calling as my disciple is to protect life and to ward off death. Please remember that always, my child.
I will be forever grateful to you, and I will always remember this.
And as you say that, she kind of with her arm gestures towards the to the two double doors at the very other end of the corridor. You see her dress kind of like very elegantly sagging off her arm as she gestures towards the door. Then you may leave, my child, and please do not forget this conversation that we had.
Never, Your Grace.
As you say that, she smiles and kind of reclines back into her throne. What do you do?
So, I definitely give a bow to her.
You bow, and as you do, she gives a slight nod back.
I guess showing my back wouldn't be proper, so I kind of like back away.
As
Facing front.
So you back away, facing front. She's watching you as you slowly backpedal towards towards the front.
I guess.
Okay, you're backpedaling, and as you do, she kind of like you see her cock her head back, and cock her head to the side and give you like a strange look.
And I once the distance far enough, I just turn and then.
The moment you
keep
turn
walking.
around. The moment you turn around, as you spin, the world before you, as you spin it, like the world spins around with you, and suddenly this dwarven stronghold that you were in, this area of divine energy, this place that you're not quite sure of, changes into a dark blackness, and you find yourself jolting up awake, kind of sweating in your bed.
Hello?
What do you do, Osas?
My holy symbol. Sorry, I was talking the whole time without pressing it. I wake up, and the first thing I check is my holy symbol.
You check for your holy symbol. Excuse me. First thing that you notice, you're currently back on the ship in your bed.
What the?
The wood all around you. You're in your bunk bed. You're looking around. You're sweating, heaving. You're currently lightly dressed in your bed. Not really, armored for battle. You're in your light tunic or whatever you wear underneath. You check for your holy symbol, which is currently attached to your chest. What do you do?
So can I check for the holy symbol, like in my hand?
Sure. You check for the holy symbol. Give me a perception check.
17.
26. You noticed, Osas, that you check for the holy symbol. You inspect it. You look all around, and you find a spot on your holy symbol, a crack. However, what you see in the stead of the crack, you see it filled with a metal, a silver.
Oh, so it's filled with a different kind of metal, the silver.
It's filled with silver.
Wait, what? So,
Crack is there. It's filled with silver.
out of curiosity, what was my holy symbol made of?
I don't know. You tell me. What do you want your holy symbol to be? You
Oh,
never told
okay.
me.
Okay, got it. Alright, I got it. And I kind of like clutch it and just bring it to my heart and then just thank you.
Sure. You do so. So that was on the 4th night of the ship. Would anyone else like to do anything in the time span during the downtime?
Is there any way I can like try to like bring up courage and try to make my way deeper into the boat and like kind of like run back and like just make my way more comfortable with the boat?
Sure.
Edge with that by like trying to help.
1 second. 1 second as I keep track of everything. Okay. So on the first, or rather second night, I guess, Maximus, or rather, you're currently on the 2nd day. What would you? So you would like to try to build up the courage to go down to the cargo hold? You said.
Not cargo hold, but just like food area.
Oh, to the common area? You actually pass by the common area, like on your way to the cabin. Oh yeah, no, never mind. You don't.
I've never. Yeah.
So give me a wisdom check. With a 9, day 1, you attempt to gather enough courage, steel your resolve to head into the common area where all your friends and await you. But you know, you get yourself to the door and you find yourself you can't quite get into the common area.
Okay.
Would anyone else like to do anything?
Okay. Can I go up the deck?
Also, so you're currently I would say currently Osas, you're on your, what was that? You finished your 4th night into, I would say you've been like really focused on, you know, getting your thing back. So we're technically going back in time. You understand me?
Okay. Yeah.
So you just give me guys like so we're gonna do actions on like a daily basis, I guess. So just give me like a general motif for what you guys would like to do for the day.
Wait, hold on. I know about Valerie's like Ghost Fire, I think is what it's called.
What's up?
The challenge that Valerie needs to do eventually.
Sure. What about it?
Be like, do you have any plans?
Oh, you're talking to Valerie. So for day 2, you would like to converse with Valerie. What would you like to say, Riley?
I want to bring up that topic specifically. I go, Valerie, I haven't really had a chance to talk to you about this, but have you had a chance to think about?
Well,
what?
I haven't really put much thought into it, but when the time comes, I will try my best, of course. And she gives you a bit of a coy smile. Give me an insight check. Insight 15. You notice that she seems a little. She appears to be putting up a facade, I guess.
Do we have any idea when this challenge will occur?
No.
Either of us do.
Huh?
Either of us do?
Do who?
Or you know when this thing is going
I'm
to
sorry,
occur?
you keep like cutting in and out. Yeah, I'm getting like pieces of what you're trying to say.
I think you're
Hello?
still cutting out if you're talking right now, dude.
Yeah, you might want to check your mic. We'll come back to you, Zaki. Just try to fix what your technical issues are. No, you nor her, no. So would anyone else like to do something for day 2? Does anyone have any anything they'd like to do? Nothing at all? No one?
I
I
mean,
mean,
we were just gonna chill, I guess.
Okay, so no one has anything they want to do for this 10-day span except for us.
Well, I mean, I just want to like, you know, train in between the days, you know,
And train how? Train what?
like shadow boxing and all that.
Sure. 1 second.
Well, I mean, no, it's nothing major, technically speaking.
Okay, sure.
so quick question, Leon.
Yes.
In these couple of days, if you are doing mock battles or something, would you get some sort of proficiency or experience?
No
or,
proficiency.
You know, learn
XP,
character-wise?
not really, no.
Oh, right. I guess I'll just keep other than that, other than praying and eating, it's just like keep a sharp eye because I do have a keen sense of vision, so I'll just keep my guard up whenever it's daytime or whenever.
Sure. Would anyone else like to do anything for the remainder of this trip? So this entire trip, nothing happens, nothing bad at least.
I'd like to keep trying.
Sure. Just give
Keep rolling.
me 9 wisdom checks.
Should be 8, right? Because I already did 1 and minus the first day, right?
Sure. Oh, well, hold on, stop.
Oh, there you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So. Okay. So, Maximus, you spend the next few days attempting to steel your resolve, find enough courage, and to be able to walk into the common areas of the ship. And it takes you. So the second day you attempt to do so, to no avail. Third day the same. Fourth, fifth, sixth. The 7th day. So on the 7th day, finally, you find enough courage within you, and you find enough resolve to, with a natural 20, of course, to make your way into the common area, which you eventually do.
Okay, I'm happy.
Okay. Would anyone else like to do anything?
Guess not.
For you, Bliatov, you attempt to get a better understanding of Arcane from first mate Priscilla. As you come up to her, what would you like to say as you approach her for your first try?
Hello. I assume you know arcane magics.
So as you're approaching her, she's currently talking to other crewmates on the deck of the ship, and she looks at you. Yes, but, and she looks to the other sailors, looks back at you. I'm not sure what you're asking of me.
I'm just looking to understand arcane magics more. Not very good in this subject, and neither is the rest of the party. So having at least a little bit of understanding might help.
She looks at the sailor and looks at you with like a raised eyebrow. The arcane magics aren't exactly, well, at least the magics that I use aren't exactly teachable, so to say, so to speak. And she kind of gives you like strange look.
I don't know if teachable is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something like being able to recognize arcane magics more than being able to use them.
For me personally, well, and she looks at the other sailors and, would you excuse us for a second? And the two sailors kind of look at each other and kind of shrug, and they walk off. And she looks at you, and again, with a bit of a strange look. For me personally, magic is not one that is taught per se. It's more of a innate thing, and I can't exactly. Magics is not, at least for me, magic is not learned or taught. It's and she kind of like points. She like puts her hand on her chest. It's from within. So that in that regard, I can't really help you.
I see. Well, thank you. It was worth a try to find out.
Well, if you have any other questions, I hope your stay on the ship has been well enough so far. And she gives you a bit of a look. Just you know.
I just have one more question. Are we taking this ship back as well?
Well, as per the contract that was given to us, or from what I know, well, your princess, she needs to get back to the city of Eldad. So the answer is yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well,
That'll be it.
please come to me if you have any more questions. And she you notice. Give me a perception check. With a 9. She just gives you a bit of a look. And that's about it. And she kind of like parts from you and returns with the other 2 sailors that she was talking to. So, is there anything else anyone would like to do? If the answer is no, we're just gonna skip ahead.
Alright guys, time skip. Let's go.
So no one does anything else?
Alright, 2 years ahead, we're all level 10.
I was gonna say if
Alright.
there's any books or anything for me to read or, you know, gather knowledge.
Probably not.
Alright, yeah. I'm good.
You could do a investigation check.
Okay.
12. You ask around, see if anyone has any books for you to read. And you're essentially barking up the wrong tree. These are like rough and tumble guys, and they don't look like the book reading type.
Okay, alright. Sounds good for now.
So, is there anything else anyone would like to do? If not, we're just gonna skip on ahead. Melee training session going? Okay. Riley, you attempt to gather people for a melee training session. For fair warning though, this probably won't get you any EXP.
Yeah.
Leon, I don't know if this will do anything.
Sure.
Any way I can use some of my entertainer abilities, get some extra cash?
Give me a persuasion check. 9. You attempt to persuade some of the crew members into coming together and, you know, have a little show, but unfortunately you can't quite find the people to do so. Not with that 9 at least.
Okay, cool.
Actually, no one has the immovable rod.
Well,
Wait, what?
What do you mean no one has it?
You can't.
well.
No one has it. So, is there anything else anyone would like to do?
I guess we don't have the immovable rod.
No one picked it up. It was placed precariously somewhere. Anyone else?
Wait, was this on one of the sessions where I wasn't here?
Yes and no.
Because out of character...
Do you know who has the rod?
Out of character or in character?
Out of character, sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Alex.
Okay. He doesn't have it. Well,
Oh, I guess he placed it and got rid of it then?
kinda.
Oh,
Maybe.
rip Alex.
So, is there anything else anyone would like to do for the remainder of the trip? If not, we're just gonna skip right on ahead.
Sorry, Riley. Alex forgot to give it back to me.
Quotations are I forgot.
Anyone else?
Or sold it for money.
Oh, can we, this is not really important to story-wise. Can we distribute the money between us?
That's up to you guys.
Asking the party.
Yeah.
Did we retire a character? How are we doing that now?
Who?
Didn't we just retire a character?
Alright, out of character, he still gets it because he was part of the crew.
Okay.
Wow, trying to cheap him out.
Out of
So-
character, what happened to the rod then?
Hey, you don't know that.
Don't
Out
know.
of character, I don't know.
You don't know in or out of
Wait, really?
character.
I don't know it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know out of character.
There's only,
Honestly, in or out, no, none of us know.
there's only one person who
And
knows.
Leon.
So everyone make
Two.
sure they have 188 flat unless you've spent some of the money. And then.
Oh no, I
deduct that
lost
amount.
the 62 platinum. Oh no, I don't know where it went either.
So, so do what
It
you
went
guys
in the
gotta
same
do.
place the immovable rod went to. So if we find that, we'll find the 62 platinum.
So everyone, do your platinum thing. I'm not sure how it's distributed. Who's giving who what?
Everyone gets 188. And the rest goes to whiskey,
So-
right?
I know one of you guys spent a little bit of plat. I think Ali, you spent money. Magnus, you spent money on
Yeah, I spent it out of
potions.
my own though. On my own though. I
Yeah.
split it before I separated it, so I know how much I have. It's like 140 something.
So
I remember Whiskey's like
Whiskey
using
spent
his,
5 for
like-
bullets,
Yeah.
and Magnus spent some for potions.
I spent like 40 something.
I don't recall
Don't worry.
how much. You should.
I know how much I have. I have 141 platinum total. That's it.
Alright, so then everyone should be good. Everyone should have 188.
Or unless you
180.
spend some of it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not breaking that half. I'm taking that 1 coin because I was, a mule for platinum.
So
So I'm
Whiskey.
giving whoever needs 62.
Whiskey will have 188 minus 5, so
Yeah.
183.
Alright, so is everyone good?
So for you, Magnus, we need to go back and find out how much money you spent. We'll figure that out.
Wait, why?
How much does Crush
How,
get?
how much money did you have originally?
We decided it was like what, 180 something?
See, exactly. You don't know the exact. Do you know the exact amounts?
Yeah, hold on. Give me 1
So
second.
again, just in terms of bookkeeping, we can go back to the thing. Everything's on record. For now, just write down your values. If it's wrong, we'll correct it. Okay? Fair? I guess you're looking through it anyways. All right. So would anyone else like to do anything?
I asked the captain if he's willing to break a platinum bar for gold.
1 second. Okay. What'd you say? Sorry.
I asked the captain if he's willing to break a platinum for a gold. Gold for platinum.
You enter the captain's ship. Sorry, you've already you're on it. Okay, you enter the captain's office or his room space, and you walk in, and he looks at you. Excuse me?
Question: could you break a platinum for me?
You see him his face kind of contort in confusion. Give me a persuasion check. $14. He looks at you. I'm not exactly a store. I don't do these kind of transactions. Perhaps you would like to ask someone else.
Whatever. Okay.
Well, will that be all? And he gives you a bit of a raised eyebrow.
It just seemed like the only person who could do it, so that's why I came. No problem.
Alright, well, please close the door on your way out. As he looks at some papers on his desk. Alright, anyone else? Anything else anyone would like to do?
I remember the total amount everyone had.
Okay.
It's 187.5, but we decided 4 of us would have 188 and 4 of us would have 187.
Okay. So, who decided what?
I don't know if we picked specifically
No,
who
we didn't.
decided 188, 187. But
Or we could just have everyone have 187 and add 5 gold.
Yeah, that works. That's fine.
yeah,
So 187 and add 5 gold.
yeah,
That's-
and
that's
I,
fine.
yeah, and I know how much I spent on potions as well.
Is it 5 gold or 100 gold?
It's 5. 10 gold is 1 plat.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have 140 platinum,
Okay.
and I have 62 that I need to give to someone.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't literally need to give it to someone. Just
Okay.
So just get rid of it. Everyone's good then.
I mean, I'm good.
All right, everyone's good with your platinum points.
Okay, Riken,
Yes.
what's Crush's gold amount or platinum amount right now?
He has nothing on him right now.
Nothing. So
Yeah, he wasn't there with us.
okay, so what's the
Add the 187 plus 5 gold.
187 plat plus 5 gold? Arithmia, same thing.
Yeah,
He has
plus-
182.
Plus 5 gold.
It's minus 5.
Is that how much he gets?
Yes.
All right.
Plus 5 gold, you
What?
said?
He's 182.
187 plus 5 gold, I believe.
Right, why is it 182?
182? Why?
5
Well-
plat on bullets.
That was whiskey.
That's for
So whiskey has
Very big hero.
182 plus 5 gold.
Yeah.
Alright, everything sorted out?
Yeah.
Okay, so as the days pass, unless anyone wants to do anything, as the days pass, the days eventually begin to merge with one another as the ship life begins to get a little dreary up there. Besides seeing the several land masses and the oceans pass by, nothing really happens, and nothing interesting at least. Besides, every now and then you guys see like whales off in the distance, or boats passing by. But other than that, nothing super crazy happens.
Wait, we see flying whales and flying boats?
No. Whales
They're not
and
flying
boats
above the
in the ocean.
Oh, Big Mohan's here.
Oh, okay.
Andrew, Big Mohan, you here?
Hello?
I think he's gonna his.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's here. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes. full
wonderful.
control.
So, Riken, we'll talk about your character.
Yeah.
We'll
problem.
find a place for you.
Future.
But for now, you can
I'm-
sit
I'm-
here
I'm
if you'd
good.
like. If you can sit here if you'd like, I'm completely fine with it. But yeah, we'll talk in the future. Anyways, so the days pass by and nothing eventful happens. Osas, you do eventually find out that you can finally use your cleric powers once again. Other than that, again, nothing too crazy happens. Eventually, you guys begin to descend upon the landmass that contains Wiham in the very distance. So you guys are currently above some water at the shore. While you guys are up there in the air, you guys see like a very thick forest that covers this area, and in the center there's like a clearing, and you guys can see like very large buildings, temples, in the far distance, in like a clearing of this thick forest. And you guys are currently to the south of that, a few, maybe couple 100 miles, I'm not sure the correct amount, but you guys are a couple miles away to the south, against the shore. You guys take a look around, and what the others said back at the council is true. The waters in this area, there's very jagged rocks coming out, like spires coming out, almost kind of like a spear barrier, I guess, kind of jutting outwards from the island itself. The waters themselves are very rough. You guys can see like waves crashing repeatedly against these spires of rock, almost like teeth coming out from the earth, essentially. But after a while, Charles Marlowe, the ship's captain, finally navigates around this area and finds an area for the ship to land in, a little neat spot next to the shore of this area. And eventually, after very, very careful, like I want to say like maybe 30-40 minutes of setting down the ship, eventually the ship winds down into that spot where the sails are essentially furled or tied together, and the gems that were very, very kind of like white noise buzzing, keeping the ship aloft, is now growing silent. You guys find yourself, the port side of the ship, or the left side of the ship, is facing towards the beach of this area. Eventually, one of the crewmates brings down a gangplank that extends from the ship into the shore, and you guys have made it successfully. It is, yeah, that's about it. What would you guys like to do?
Who's carrying the stuff out?
That's a good question.
That's a question for the party, not really the DM.
Oh.
I can definitely help.
What do you mean? Like what? Carry what?
The
More?
reason we're here?
I'll help out.
I can definitely help that for
The,
that.
the moment that the ship lands, you guys see Lady Lionheart kind of walking out on deck. You guys see her like strapping in her gauntlets, and you see her her sword at her side.
Whoa, calm down, lady.
So, here's the thing. I do have a good perception, so do you want me to be in the scouting, like kind of keeping an eye out, or do you want me to carry it? Help carry it?
I can help carry it.
So like, any of the strong guys can help carry it.
So as you guys are deciding who will carry it, two sailors finally emerge from the common area with the box in tow. A very large, heavy-set box with a very heavy lid on top. There's again those two handles on the wider sides of it. So there's 4 in total, 2 bars on each side, and the sailors carry it up front, set it aside next to the gangplank, and you see one of them kind of like stretching their back and complaining that the box is a little heavy. And eventually the 2 sailors depart. Charles Marlowe eventually walks down from the helm of the ship. You see him kind of like straighten out his ropes. So we have finally made it. Now, what exactly is the plan? As he looks to the party at Lady Lionheart. This moment, she's like finishing up, like strapping in her armor. What you guys like to say?
Well, I like to ask, like, where exactly in this city are we taking this
The Temple of
item?
Bahamut.
At the moment Maximus chimes in, Lady Lionheart nods. The Temple of Platinum. It's in the city. We've arranged a meeting with them, and perhaps things will go smoothly. And you see her kind of like give a bit of a nervous chuckle as she finishes strapping in.
Why did you just somewhat say you hope it will go smoothly?
Well, and at that moment, Charles Marlowe kind of chimes in. The area between here and Wiham is known to be a little dangerous, so to speak.
Oh, so there's so there is a dangerous part even in this holy city, huh?
Wiham and the surrounding area is not known for being very welcome to people, so to speak. So you kind of see him sheepishly grin and say, "Well, good luck to you all. I'll be in my quarters if you need me." And you see him kind of like straighten out his jacket. I'm not sure what to call it. He straightens his clothes out and he heads back into the cabin area. The door shuts in on him, and you guys are on the deck with the box by the gangplank that leads out to the shore.
Why are you so loud?
Okay.
Okay, we might wanna organize how we wanna like group up and
Yeah, probably good if we can assume a formation or some shit.
Hey, Leon, is it forest there?
I'm sorry?
Is it forest there?
Very thick, very thick forest.
My default terrain is forest.
Okay, so you have advantages in terms of checks within the forest, I believe.
He does, yeah.
Show us the card. Go ahead.
Oh, me and you both.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just. Let's see here. Favorite terrain, forest. Okay.
Even when engaged in another activity, you remain alert to danger.
So I have a question. Can I travel separate from the group in stealth at a normal pace?
Sure, but they won't know where you are then.
They won't know where I am, but will I be able to know where they are?
Sure, you can stay like on top of them essentially.
Yeah.
But difficult terrain does okay. Your group can't become lost, except if you do that, you won't technically be part of the group, so they'll be prone to getting lost.
Well, if Crush is part of the group.
Oh, true.
I'm staying with them, so
okay.
They won't.
Even when you're engaged, blah blah blah. If you're traveling alone, you can move stealthily. That's fine. When you forage, okay. When tracking other creatures, you also learn that. Okay. All right, sure.
Unless Alex, you want to split up.
What's
No,
the
I
point of
was
splitting up?
staying in stealth around you
Oh,
guys.
okay. So, alright, so then I'll stay with them then, and then get
Can I be
my.
like a little ahead so I know if something's in our way?
Sure.
Magnus, do you want to carry the other side of the box because A, you're strong, B, you have a one-handed weapon.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll be at the back then or the front because you got this.
All right. So if
Or
you
is it
guys
side
want,
to side?
bada bing, bada boom. Here's the
So-
marching order. So go ahead and fix that.
Hold on, I
Okay.
gotta move my page out of the way.
Is there any way you can put the box and let
Well,
us
I'm
see?
gonna be separate, so
Yeah, is there any way
Sure.
you let us see?
1 second.
Rhythma, by the way, your health should be full.
It should be full.
Yep, it's not full.
Oh, wait,
yeah,
Ropes,
we
I
long
forgot-
rested, so everyone's
I
health should be
forgot.
full.
Yeah.
Show it as
Excuse me.
crush.
We'll say.
So does Whiskey
Say-
Jack. Actually, Whiskey Jack doesn't exist.
God bless you. We'll say this is the box, and you know
Big ass box.
it is a very large box with like 2 handles, jutting out from the wide end. So technically
I
north and
can't
south.
see the box.
How are we moving? Like south to south to north, east to west.
So 1
Where's
second.
the box?
Up, yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't see Dick out here. Oh, there he
Yeah,
goes.
there we
Okay.
go.
Okay, so 1 second as I pull up some music. Let's pull up some of that good old.
So how-
Maximus,
yeah.
where do you want to stay?
I'm gonna be separate, so I'll just put myself.
Are you gonna scout ahead, Alex? Do you want to
Yes.
do that? Okay.
That's what I planned on doing. Do
So
I need
how's-
a stealth check?
Well, for the sake of ease, you know, if something's trying to detect you, then we'll say stealth check.
Can I ask how that'll work? Alex, go ahead, then come back, then we move up as a party.
I mean, we have crush.
Like
you
an
could
arrow up in the sky like a flare.
Basically, I'm gonna be far enough ahead that you guys can walk at a normal pace. But if I see something, I'll go back to you guys and stop you.
Gotcha. That'd be awesome. All right. Good. I like that. I like that plan. All right. So now we have 7 party members, but 8 with Lady Lionheart, right? That's our total party now.
Yes.
All right. So Maximus, where are you standing now in respect to the chest?
I'm gonna go.
And
in
which
front.
direction are we moving?
You're heading. So you
This
guys landed on the southern shore. Wiham's to the north.
Well, I mean, like in respect to the box, are we carrying the box like this way, or are we
Yeah,
carrying it this
north.
way? No. Okay.
North.
So then, Maximus, do you want to be at the back or the front or left, right? How are we doing this?
Well, I'm on the front right.
Yeah, he's carrying it
the
with
back.
you.
Oh, he's carrying it with me.
Right, Crush, you're still carrying it, right?
Yes.
All right. So then, Maximus, since you have a pokey, spiky weapon, I'd put you in the front. Oh no, the box shrank.
Well, this box is technically So the dimensions
5
aren't
by 10?
exactly correct, but yeah, it's a very large
does it
box.
take up 1 space or 2
2.
spaces? Okay.
2 space.
So
So it only needs 2 of us to carry it, though.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm
So
on the
yeah,
back.
Osos covers our rear.
People on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Arithma, are you sure you don't want to be in the rear?
Hmm?
You sure you don't want to be in the back?
What do you mean?
So like 2 people in the back. We do a formation of like a 2 by 3. Like so, or maybe Osos in the front with his big ass tower shield and Maximus, and then
Well,
we have
you see, my
Rylai, Lady
point-
Lionheart, and Arithma in the back to cover.
My
Let's
my
see.
point of being in the back is so I can
Lionheart
keep
will be in the
I
front,
have good
he knows he can stop
passive
him.
perception.
Oh, okay.
So that's why. So Blades have got the front, I got the back. That's
All right.
essentially what.
Between us, she knows, and
You know, I think why you
She
Lady
comes
Lionheart
from-
here.
Okay.
We're going to the forest, I see.
Is everyone good with that?
This could be a good time for me to do a passive.
Also, Zaki, you're still a little hard to hear.
Yeah, somebody's coming in super
You
deep.
better
I
go.
can't understand him.
So Leon,
Yes.
any chance that any of us, including Lady Lionheart, knows how far this place is? Like how many miles or
No.
whatnot? Oh, but just okay. All right.
Unfortunately, no.
All right,
Okay.
cool. You guys are still within
So
my
past
radius.
race, it's hard to tell how long it might stay, right?
Pass without trace lasts for 1 hour, I believe.
Mhm.
I don't know how much time we're gonna take.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, what's wrong? Bleath's scouting ahead. He can just warn us, and then you cast Pass Without Trace.
That's a good plan.
And then I also have my
I mean,
danger
I guess-
sense, so
Danger sense only applies if you're gonna get hit with a dex saving throw.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Well, I mean,
It's like Spidey sense.
the forest thing keeps me alert to danger, so.
So you're technically alert. So
And so,
They can't become lost.
as you guys prepare your formation and talk about tactics and whatnot, Charles Marlowe eventually appears, appearing from the cabin area. Looks at the party. We do have a mutual agreement that if you're not here by 1 week, we will leave without you. Correct? And he looks at Lady Lionheart, and she looks at him and nods. Then we have an agreement, and you see him kind of like clasp his hands, and again, I'll be in my quarters if you need me. And he pieces out back into the cabin area. So, is there anything else you guys would like to do? You guys are still currently on the ship for the AS Endeavor.
You should have told him a week and half an hour.
What do you guys like to do?
I guess move out.
Okay. You guys begin to set out onto the gangplank. Those of you carrying, you can't really carry this formation. The gangplank's kind of tight. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna carry it in front.
Okay. So who's carrying the box? Currently, the way the gangplank is set up, only 2 people can carry it.
There's Crusher Magnus.
This is the
Crusher
formation
Magnus.
after
Yeah, can we just not roleplay the plank part and just go across?
Yeah.
Sure.
it's
That's, okay.
for ease of everything.
Okay. You guys eventually unload the box, and eventually, assuming this formation that you guys have set up here, and you guys eventually begin your travels into the forest that's around Wiham. So, you guys begin traveling through Wiham, sound of birds and whatnot. The first thing that you guys notice, even though it's summertime, it's a little cold out here, just a little cold. However, the forest, again, verdant, green, a lot of like evergreens. You guys trudge on forward, and you guys about an hour or two, when suddenly you guys find something along the road.
Oh, do I see it first?
Yes, you do.
What is it?
You see what appears to be a dead horse.
Rip horse.
Do I see anything else around it, like footprints or something?
Not from this distance. I would say you see like very faintly.
Use that tracking bonus.
I'm gonna go back and stop the party and tell them what I saw.
All right, you stop the party and you inform them of what you see.
I'm not entirely sure what's ahead. It could just be a dead horse and we can walk by it, or we can try to look for a way around it.
Poke it with a stick.
Did you see any tracks?
I saw some faint tracks.
Should we? Never mind.
We could just try to go around it.
How? Well, I mean, okay, sure. Well, what if that's what they want us to do, assuming that's people?
Well, what if they want us to walk right by the horse? Either way, there's a chance.
I say we just use the horse.
Just walk by it?
Which way did you see which way the tracks were going?
No. I saw that it was too far for me to really tell any details.
Oh, okay. I'll leave that up to you guys. Should we go around or go straight through it?
I vote
I think
straight.
we can try going.
I think it'd be good. I think it'd be better to go around.
It'd be better to go what?
Around.
Yeah, okay.
So we're going around.
So let's do that. Let's
Yeah.
go around. Yeah.
So
Okay.
you wanna check that first, or
Yeah, I'll check around first. So.
Okay.
I'll
do
go.
you want us to stay here or stay behind you a little bit?
Give me like a head start.
Okay.
A
We'll
minute
give,
head
we'll,
start.
we'll give you a 1 minute head start.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll check the pathway around.
Okay.
Okay. Bleatov, give me a. You're looking for a path to circumnavigate this.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a survival check.
I have advantage because favorite turn.
Sure. 8. You don't really find a. It's like this area seems kind of like a path that's rarely traveled. There's not even like a dirt road. It's just grass all around. So there's no real like path around it per se, but there is ways around it.
Alright. So I'm gonna pick one of the ways and start
So you pick one, left or right.
left.
Okay. So you're instructing the party to take left path as well.
I asked Crush which path he thinks is better.
Are we in the same area now?
Yeah, we're still before I set off to go. We're picking a path on the left or right side.
Left or right? Let's go left.
Which one?
Or should I do survival just in case?
You can try it.
What are you trying to do?
Figure out which one would be the best path to take.
Or if there is another path.
Or yeah, that too. If there is another path.
Give me a survival check.
All right, don't fail me now.
He has advantage as well.
Yeah.
Sure. 18. You take a moment to think about which path would be the better, and you scout the area. You like look around, try to ascertain what would be the best approach to get around this this dead creature. Seems like neither would yield better results.
Alright, so anybody got a coin on him?
That doesn't matter. Just let's go.
Let's go
left?
left. Let's go left.
We'll go left.
When in doubt, go left.
Okay. You guys take another, I don't know, maybe 20-30 minutes to really circumnavigate this this dead carcass in your way. And you guys do successfully clear what appears to be a dead horse from your perspective, at least. You're the only one that really sees it from your vantage point, Leotov. You guys do successfully navigate around it with no incident, other than seeing like the occasional squirrel, or like every now and then you see like a fox that darts in and out of view. But nothing really crazy happens. Nothing bad per se. So you guys are again traveling up northward towards Wiham in this very thick forest. And you guys travel for perhaps another hour. And Vilyatov, you spot something in the path.
Do I see what it is?
Sure.
What is it?
It is a dead wild boar.
Is it dead in the same sense as the horse?
Give me a... You can't really see from this distance, but it's dead, I guess. If you were closer, you could probably examine it.
What do you mean?
But you didn't really examine the horse either, so you can only really assume from this distance.
We're about to get
Are
tired.
there footprints around it?
Again, there's very, very faint footprints. What you're not entirely sure. From the distance, you can only really pick out like these details, the macro, not the micro.
How close do I need to get to find out these things?
Pretty damn close.
Sounds like a trap.
Sounds like a stabby time.
Can I look at the immediate area around the
Give
board?
me a perception check. 12. You take a look around, and before you is what appears to be a forest. Nothing
We're gonna
unusual.
go back to the party.
Nothing unusual other than that dead carcass of a boar in the path, or quote unquote path. There's no like dirt path.
Yeah. We're gonna go back to the party and tell them that this time it's a wild boar.
You know, there's a lot of dead animals in this forest.
Is it dead? Is it in the same position? Did you see it in the same position as the horse?
All
Like
I could tell was that it's dead, really. It's kind of far away.
I use Divine Sense.
Divine Sense, 60-foot range. From this, I mean, the only evil that you're catching is, of course, the horn.
Wait, doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of the box?
I'm sorry?
Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of the box?
The box is supposed to contain it.
Mm-hmm. the box contains it, but it's an artifact that's quite
evil.
Evil, yeah.
It's spewing evil.
So
for you, Riley, for Divine Sense, evil kind of renders onto you like an odor. It's not as bad as it would if the horn was out in the open, but you can still smell it.
Like how he did the sniff.
So what would the party? So again, you guys are in the forest, heading towards Wiham. You guys are about, I would say, 3 hours in towards going to Wiham. In your quote-unquote path, again, there's no real dirt path, is a dead wild boar.
We could go around again.
Try going around.
Can we do survival checks again?
Sure.
16.
22. Again, you guys begin to survey, which takes another like 5-10 minutes, trying to decide which path would be best from your current standing, of course, which path would be best to circumnavigate this obstacle. Again, it's just forest, really. You can't really tell. There's no like beaten path. There's no like, signs. It's just you guys in forest essentially, and of course, it's dead boar.
We went left last time. Let's go right this time.
Alright.
You know what they say, bitches love lefts.
Okay. You guys.
Exactly why we're going right.
You guys.
Nobody says that except me and Alex, by the way.
You guys take another, I would say like 20-30 minutes. So you guys are up to like, plus I forgot to add. So you guys are up to 4 hours circumnavigating this wild boar. You guys do successfully circumnavigate it without any incident, of course. But it doesn't seem like anything eventful happens.
It's all too quiet.
Yeah, we'll keep going. It's better that it's quiet for now. Once we have the box dealt with, it'll be a lot easier to move back.
Okay.
Wait, what exactly did the captain say was wrong with this area?
Ask the group if they want me to bring out Kato to help.
Hey.
You may.
Probably a good idea.
It takes 10 minutes to summon him, though.
Let's go back to the beach.
Can he walk and summon?
No.
No, because if he texts and walks, he'll knock into a tree.
Yeah, I would say he would need to for spells especially, you need to like really focus on the spell. So I would say no. Matter of fact, give me a Constitution check, Riley. Let's see if you can walk and cast at the same time.
Bonk.
She's walking in front of me, so if I run into her...
Constitution save?
Constitution,
Yeah.
not
No.
saving. Actually,
Is
yeah, 5.
Constitution save?
Yeah, you can't. You attempt to walk and summon Kato at the same time, but you can't quite find. You can't quite find the. I guess you need to really like stop and cast. I guess.
Tell them I can't do it, and do they want me to sit down and cast?
I'm sorry.
Do they want me to summon him? Because I can't do both.
So you're asking the party?
Yeah.
Okay, so Riley asking party whether or not he should stop and cast Kato.
Unless Bleatal, you don't feel like you can do this properly.
I'm not there.
Huh?
I'm not there. We're currently traveling.
I mean, I guess it would help with the tracking.
I mean, if we stop right now, Bleatosh is gonna go up ahead.
And then we'll be sitting ducks if anything is waiting.
Yeah. Let's just wait until he comes back to report us.
Yeah, wait until he comes back.
So, what do you guys?
So we're gonna push up a little bit as Bleatop is walking.
Sure. So we just hit the 2-hour mark. Let's take like a 5-10 minute break real quick.
Okay.
Because I need to hit the restroom again. So,
What did you eat?
I did not eat. I've been drinking like bottles of water. So.
Oh, did you get your ramen?
So let me pull up the 1 second. Let's pull up some appropriate music. So we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. So
Okay.
Stay tuned. So let me click this.
Perfect timing.
What was that?
And just well.
I Toza? Said Kenny where yo bitch has had. Dr. Professor Nicoman Guy Sir Alex said here. Dr. Professor Nicoman Guy Sir Alex said K. Am I Tozov? Said why jelly. Mitosa said is this better? Ellie Magnus Hammergard said am I Tozov? Mitosis. Dr. Professor Nicoman Guy Sir Alex said mitosis.
Oh, but who that?
Hello?
Okay. Alright, let's put back
Hello?
on the music. Resume. There you go. Perfect. So, back to where we were. You guys just recently navigated around the dead wild boar. It's about, what'd I say, 5 hours? 4 hours? Oh, jeez. 1 second.
Oh, you said 4.
4.
It's about like 4, maybe 4.5 hours, since you guys began your trek. So as you guys are moving, would anyone like to do anything?
Not die.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Nice and clear.
So much
Nice and
better.
clear.
Perfect. Just got on the phone.
Yeah.
Is Leotard back?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone's here. Everyone's here.
All right. So then I open up the question again to the party. Do they want me to bring out Kato?
No, I'm not in the party. I'm
Oh.
here in the call.
Okay, never mind.
He's still moving on.
Okay. So
We told you we'll wait until he comes back.
No, we're moving up, but slowly.
Wait for Alex.
So, you guys are currently you guys are currently moving south to north, as you guys are moving through the forest. It's a little cold. Yeah, it is summertime, but being closer to the northern pole of Atora, gets a little chilly. But as you guys move up, slowly a dirt path begins to form in front of you guys, and you guys begin traveling on it for another about, let's say, 30 minutes. You guys are about up to 5 hours since you guys started, essentially. So you guys are traveling, and eventually the foliage begins to thicken a little bit. And but amongst the foliage, Belitov, you notice another dead carcass up ahead.
What animal is it this time?
A horse.
Another one?
Yep.
Is it in the same position as the first one?
Relatively, it's not. It's on a dirt path though, like relatively close to the dirt path, like adjacent to it.
Do I see the faint footprints again?
Kinda. Like it's kind of hard to see
Can
it from this distance, but you can see very faint like imprints in the ground, I guess.
Can I stealthily look around?
You can look around.
Alright, I'll look around first.
Sure.
Perception?
Sure. 26. You take a look around and you the first thing that you notice is 1 second actually. The first thing that you notice is the distinct absence of birds chirping and like wildlife in the area. The second thing that you notice is this area is very heavy in terms of like trees, foliage, like fauna.
Can I see the wound on the horse from here? Or do I need to get a lot closer?
You know that it's dead. You can't give it like a medical look over from your distance currently.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to the party.
Sure.
Alright, I come back and tell them that I found a horse in the path again.
Another horse?
Yes.
Did anything look similar to the first one?
Kind of, but again, I didn't get too close to find out.
Is there any way you could tell them whether this is like a wild horse or like a tamed horse?
There's no way to...
You're saying by the gears on the horse or not?
Well, would a wild horse not have horseshoes?
Yes.
That'll be a good assumption.
If you play Will Smith's Wild Wild West and they don't start dancing, then it's a tamed horse.
Would I have noticed the horseshoes or no?
It's a bit far away. It's like about like 100-something feet away. It's kind of hard to tell from this distance.
Would it have like no saddle, no...
You can certainly try to see if you can maybe ascertain that kind of information.
Did you see the same hard to see footprints?
Yeah. I have a feeling that
something is
the area around there wasn't any birds chirping, and it seemed a lot thicker than it is here.
Extra thick.
Before, so...
Oh my god.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure that something is in that area.
So you guys want to take...
We can either move up really fast or really slow.
Do you guys want to take the 10 minutes and bring out, what's his name? Just for an extra...
Yeah, I think for that, bring out Kato and send him first. No
Okay.
offense to the dog, but...
You can communicate with Kato, right? No matter the distance.
I'm sorry?
How far away can Kato be from Ryan?
I'm not entirely... Can you show us the card, Zaki?
Yeah, I believe it's a mile with me still being able to communicate with them.
Yeah, just go ahead and show us the card. Nope.
Jesus
It's
Christ,
like a
that's a
freaking
big card.
3 paragraph. What is that? Jeez.
That looks like my backstory.
While your steed is within 1 mile of you, you can communicate with.
So 1 mile. That's that's like more than. That's a lot.
5,000 feet.
That's a big.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
How many? What's
5,280.
5,280 feet. It's a lot.
And 1,760 yards.
So that is a total of 1,056 squares.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This guy could.
That's
a lot.
So you want to send him first, and then if something happens to him...
Send him first, let him stiffen out. What's all that background noise?
Oh, okay.
It's awesome.
Is it me?
I have a feeling as we're summoning Kato, we're gonna get ambushed. And then it'll be like, oh, Kato was canceled.
As you give the DM ideas.
That's stupid. Hold on, let me write that down. How do you spell ambushed? Alright, so what would you guys like to do? Again, now that Bleatov has mentioned it, you guys notice that the force in this area is eerily quiet.
Oh, god damn it.
I kind of mentioned it was eerily quiet.
Well, I started casting the spell for Kato.
Okay, so you begin the incantation. It's gonna take 10 minutes.
Yep.
It's like a pizza.
I'm gonna keep
in the
an eye
meantime,
around us.
Yeah, have Bleetov and I would say Aradmaya keep an eye.
So, Bleatov, you're gonna stay with the party as he does this.
I'm essentially gonna be like, can I be like in the trees looking around to
Sure.
So if I am close to it, can I, because he is the spell is gonna take time, can I also try to cast silence, but ritual casting on that area?
You won't be able to use the
the
spell.
range is 120 feet, by the way.
He won't be able to use the spell.
So we're not that.
Yeah.
He
I
needs.
work.
It's a verbal. It's a verbal insight thing.
Okay.
Use silence.
Silence is not a ritual spell. Yeah.
It's not?
I don't think so.
It's not. Yeah. It's not. It's an evocation. I believe.
It's just, can you pull up the card? Because my card is saying that it's not a ritual.
I have silence. Let me pull it up. Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Oh,
Silence.
it says ritual.
Oh,
it is.
okay. Never mind. My card says
It
something.
is a ritual.
Okay. Never mind.
Wow. Okay.
Alright. So yeah, you can ritual cast it, but where would you like to cast it? My card just says the word yes.
No,
I'm not sure what that
actually,
means.
it doesn't really help my case casting a spell. No, it doesn't help my case actually.
You can cast it on us in our general area.
If you cast
No,
it on
but
top of
then-
yourself, then yeah, he won't be able to complete his cast.
Because his cast has verbal.
Yeah, then
There's no. Don't bother with the silence.
So what would you guys like to do as Riley begins casting?
Everybody keep their heads on a swivel.
So you guys can see Lady Lionheart getting a little uneasy along with you guys. She's beginning to look around. You guys can see her kind of like gripping onto her longsword at her side, or rather greatsword rather.
I have my bow ready and ready to be knocked.
Sure.
What? Do I have anything that can help me with this?
I'm sorry?
No, I'm just reading my thingy thing here.
Sure.
I have my magical glaive ready.
Your magical glaive, which does not exist.
Damn.
Ready.
You tried so hard.
That was worth a good try.
I have my mop +1 ready.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Oh, hold on.
Are we?
Let me
Is
check this
the
really quick.
spell done? Or is this while
we're
we're
just
waiting
waiting
for
for
the
the
spell?
So, would anyone like to do anything in the interim?
Wait, Jackie, question.
Yep. Yeah.
Alright, when you're using Kato, can you see what he sees, or does he just relay the information to you?
I kind of.
It's just telepathic communications.
Interesting. Oh man, that's a ritual.
What were you trying to do?
I was gonna wait until he summoned Kato, and then use Beast Sense, so that I can see and hear whatever he sees and hears.
The thing is, he can communicate with me telepathically. I don't actually see through his eyes.
I wanted to see what he sees.
Beast Sense
sounds
allows. Yeah, Beast Sense allows you to do that.
I mean, you should still be able to do that to Kato directly, shouldn't you?
If I cast it, yeah, but then that's going to be another ritual.
Yeah.
How long does that take to cast?
Can you also cast that on something that's not your familiar?
No, this is any willing beast.
Okay.
Keyword
range is
willing.
a touch. Casting
Well-
time is ritual only. It lasts for up to an hour.
You're saying it'll take an hour to cast?
How long does a ritual take to cast, Leon?
The
Depends.
spell's
10 minutes.
casting time plus 10 minutes.
Well, casting time says ritual only. I don't know what that means.
So that means it's only casted via ritual, which means the added 10 needs to be in there.
I don't see a number.
There should be Beast Sense should have a number in terms of cast. Let me check. You guys gotta come prepared and understand your character, man.
Well, no, I'm looking at the card here, but when I brought it in, there was never a time.
Beast Sense 5e casting time 1 action, so 1 action plus 5. Oh, sorry, 10.
Oh shit!
So
The
one
flight
action,
was open.
like we counted as 6 seconds. So
I'm sorry.
They might as well say 10 minutes.
Mostly 10
10
minutes.
minutes.
10 minutes mostly.
1 action plus 6 seconds. Jeez.
yeah, if you wanted to be specific.
You want
Yeah,
to be
right.
painfully specific.
Yeah.
10 minutes and 6 seconds.
You know that we can last that 10 minutes, but that last 6 seconds, anything can happen in that last 6 seconds.
Are we still in this 10-minute window?
Oh yeah, how much of the 10 minutes is done already?
I would say as he's casting, it's about like maybe 3-4 minutes in.
Can I ask Lady Lionheart why we're going to this temple specifically?
You ask Lady Lionheart, and you can see her kind of get a little nervous. She's looking around as she's speaking to you. The reason why we're bringing this to this specific place is they house many artifacts like this one. They safeguard it from the public eye, so to speak. And you can see her kind of like her right arm is kind of like across her midsection, gripping onto the handle of the sword, kind of just like waiting for anything to happen.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but something doesn't feel right as she looks around.
I think we all have that feeling.
So, Bleatov, where are you currently?
I'm like above looking around.
So, okay, so you're in a tree, off to the side, looking around. Suddenly, beyond some of the heavy foliage on the right-hand side, on the eastern side of the trail, you see something come out of one of the like heavier areas of foliage off to the side, and you see something. You're not quite sure. Give me a perception check. 17. What you see is a very large creature, very heavy set. Multiple heads.
What the fuck?
Multiple heads. You see them kind of all looking around. One of them is like sniffing the air. In total, you see a total of 5 heads. Serpent-like, dragon-like. They all share one body. They're all all share the same body on 4s, traveling the space, and you can feel the ground tremor ever so gently as the creature begins to walk up very slowly, kind of like perceiving its area around it and approach the remnants of the horse. Give me a stealth check.
But he's in a tree.
With a natural 1.
That one's
Wait,
no
no, he has
work on
advantage,
skill
he has
checks. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I do have.
Yeah, you have advantage of some checks.
You have advantage. Okay, sure. As the creature actually, 1 second.
Oh, the perception check though.
1 second. Let's see. Show us the card again to your thingy. It should be Wisdom Intelligence, I believe.
What, favorite turn?
Yeah.
Well, what's the...
Let's read again.
Wouldn't I be trying to hide, though?
1 second.
When you make an intelligence or wisdom...
This is not an intelligence or a wisdom.
No, this is a dex.
This is a dex.
But, would I be trying to stay stealth, though? And I'm up in a tree, so they're not.
Unfortunately, yeah, that natural 1 sticks. Let me read it again. Let's not get this. When you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to your favorite terrain, your proficiency bonus is doubled. Yeah, unfortunately, this is a dex check, so that natural 1 sticks. Unfortunately, as it's approaching the carcass of the of the whatchamahoo's it. 1 second, I'm trying to read this. Okay. As the creature is like approaching the carcass, one of the heads sniffs the air, locks eyes with you, and the creature begins to make a beeline for you. At this point,
roll for initiative.
I would like everyone to go ahead and roll for initiative.
What the fuck is that?
Wait, is Kato out?
No.
Oh, see? What did I say? What did I fucking say, y'all? Fuck y'all.
Yeah, why'd you have to say it, man?
Whoops.
No, it's kind of like, oh shit.
You just kept your mouth shut.
I know, right?
No, but this shit always happens. Always happens.
I mean,
Well, you remember that
yeah, for real.
when you were like, "Oh, this is an ambulance, it's an ambulance," and then everyone's like, "Oh, someone back."
Yeah, so it's worst case scenario, so then we'll always be prepared.
I got
Ali,
more than
it's
10.
better to
I got
not
10
think
and
about the
higher.
worst case scenarios.
For
Currently
initiative.
connected to a voice chat. What?
This is a surprise.
What?
Hold on, the robot's not.
Choose the other one.
Where is our robot? Is it down? Oh, okay, there she is, or he, or it. I don't.
Is it a she, he,
I
or
don't-
it?
I don't really.
Or is it a
discriminate.
Z with an X?
Yeah, Z. No, it's yeah.
It's a Zem.
Here.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Let's not make this robot a hipster.
So,
That's not hipster, dude. That's some gender identity stuff.
creature is gonna roll, and Lady Lightheart's gonna roll.
Usually hipsters do that.
Bro,
What are you
With
talking
the-
about?
what are you talking
With
about?
the new generation fucking.
Yo, shut up.
sensitive-
Else, if you know who the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, Tassim, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Woo, rolled shit.
Okay. So it does get a surprise
For
round,
once,
but
I don't want to be the first one.
so it does get a surprise round. I would say not really
Well,
a
I saw
surprise
it
round.
coming.
So it does make a beeline towards you, and that's it.
I mean, he's alert, so he's not really
Yo,
surprised.
why is he so far?
Because he can move
There you
18
go.
spaces at a
Oh
So-
man, that level 3 music.
So first on the turn order is Bliatov. This creature is making a beeline towards you, and the ground tremors as it travels towards you. You're currently atop a tree right now. I would say about maybe like 12, maybe 18 feet up, I guess. Pretty high up.
Start monkey hopping off them trees.
Alright, so we're gonna shoot it with a longbow first.
Sure. Meg. 16. Let's see, what is its AC? Yep, that hits.
And I get sneak attack.
Okay, it takes 10 points of damage. As you knock your bow and fire an arrow, and it lands against its scaly hide, you see the arrow tip pierce, but not too heavily into the creature. It seems relatively
climb down the
unfazed.
tree. I'm gonna dash as a bonus first, then climb
I
down
would
the
say
tree.
climbing down the tree. Give me an acrobatics check. Let's see how well you can do this. 13. I would say you get down the tree. Again, you're about like 18 feet up. I would say that would use, if you're gonna dash, that would use up your first set of movement.
Okay, so I only have base movement.
Yeah. So you're now at ground level. You find yourself at the bottom of the base of the tree, kind of dust yourself off, and before you is like this large creature making a beeline towards you. Its multiple heads kind of like all looking at you.
We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. It is now Magnus' turn. You guys notice Bliata, bow in hand. You guys see him like trying to like run towards you guys. Down the way. Yeah, you guys definitely see this thing. It's very large.
Oh, we see it. We see it.
Yeah, very large, multiple heads. Looks very upset.
Oh, what the
Oh,
fuck?
by the way, the thing that you guys are fighting.
Shit right now. Oh, you're showing us a picture?
Yes. The thing that you guys are fighting currently. Oh, I don't have its picture. 1 second. So, let me go ahead and grab it real quick.
This thing's ginormous, so we can see most of its picture.
Let's see. D, images, characters, monsters. It's right over here. So let's upload that real quick. And
Scylla is a water hydrant.
there you go. Okay, everyone got it?
Yeah.
Alright, so Magnus, what would you like to do as this large creature barrels towards you guys?
Fuck. Alright, I guess I'll take a stand. So I guess I can let go of the thing, right, as a action.
No, that's just letting go is just like that's free. That's an interaction.
I let it go, let it go.
You immediately take 1,000 hit points.
Yes, unfortunately, Magnus, you die immediately of a heart attack.
Oh no!
Unfortunate.
Did someone write my name in a death note? What the fuck?
Alright, go ahead. What do you want to do?
1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Okay.
And I take the dodge action.
Sure.
But like, I'm taking that mechanically, but my character himself is just preparing to standing in front of his crewmates, like let's battle, motherfucker, like let's do this.
Alright, sure.
I'm gonna try and knock out my face eaten off. So yeah.
Sure. Give yourself the shield icon as you do take the dodge action.
Yes, no problem. Gotta find it.
Alright, so does that end your turn, by the way?
Yes.
Alright, so it's now Lady Lionheart's turn. She is going to take this time. Noticing that the creature is a little far away, she's going to drop Bless. Tried and true.
How does that work again? How does that apply?
So
Bless?
it's going to be herself, Maximus, and Riley, the two people in front of her, and herself, of course.
Damn it.
Unless, wait, one second. Let's see if she can reach you.
I don't think she can. I think she's like a 10-foot
Bless.
reach.
1 second. Bless
She's
is
15 feet,
a
right?
30-foot. So Maximus, Riley, Magnus, you guys get Bless.
Oh shit, 30 foot. It's cone or like a circle?
Can you remind us what that means?
Okay.
It means you get +4 to
saving throws.
I believe.
1d4 to all saving throws or attack rolls.
Yeah.
So the moment that the fight begins, she grips onto her sword, says like a few incantations, and suddenly this light radiance from her and kind of wraps itself around you three, granting you guys Bless. That'll end her turn. It is now Osas's turn. Oh, and of course, Lady Lionheart is now concentrating. Of course.
So I walk up 5, 10, 15, 20.
Sure.
Okay, 25, and I use shield up.
You hoist up your shield, Osas. Are you dodging or are you taking the great shield action?
I'm getting that great shield action.
Okay.
And at the same time, I'm doing
wait, that shield is huge.
Spiritual weapon.
Alright, that's good. So does that end your turn?
Yep.
Alright, we'll say it's over here.
Did you hear him cast spiritual weapon?
Did you cast the spiritual weapon?
Yeah.
So you grasp onto your holy symbol, Osas, and you begin summoning your favorite spiritual weapon. As you do, the energy from your holy symbol kind of like resonates in your hand, and you summon your trusty old hammer.
Hey.
So go ahead, -1 spell. Level.
Yeah. 2.
2. Okay, so -1 level 2.
Yep.
1 second.
You and Magnus bang hammers before the fight.
Hey, bang hammers.
Okay, there it is. Does that end your turn?
Yes, sir.
It is now Arithmia's turn.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The hammer's not in the way.
Okay.
It's like floating above you guys.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Arithmia darts around the team. Were you carrying the box?
No.
Okay, so you just dart around the crew. You guys see her leave behind like dust trails as she runs up towards the quarry.
I could pretty much hit it with my short bow, right?
Short bow is... Let's see.
I don't think it's that range is too far for you.
1 second. Short bow has a range
Make an attack, it'll say.
80. So you can shoot at it. It'll be at disadvantage.
Shit. Yeah, whatever.
So if you may take an attack against it at disadvantage.
Alright. It's daytime. I can't really use my... Whatever. Throw in 2 arrows.
Sure.
I already did it. 17 and 10.
17 hits, 10 does not.
Alright.
So, you knock your arrow and you let your arrow fly as it travels through the space and hits the creature, the very large creature. 1 second, let me just read something real quick. Okay, so it takes an extra, what'd I say? 7 piercing damage from you?
Yeah.
1 second. Let me pull out my calculator. Okay, that's end your turn.
1, 2, and I'm done.
Okay, it is now Riley's turn.
Alright, if I was summoning Kato calmly before, I now continue summoning Kato except stressfully.
Okay, again, this will take 10 minutes. You've only got through about...
Well, hold on, I'm just continuing from what I started before.
Yeah, I know. You need to complete the rest of the cast, which will take, we'll say you did like 6 minutes of it.
Okay.
So you need, every turn is 6 seconds. So you're not gonna get a lot of headway in this.
No, well, I'm gonna continue trying to cast Kato while I can.
That's fair. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
So you're currently concentrating.
Yeah.
It is now Crush's turn. Crush?
Yeah, he's moving.
Yeah, now go ahead.
Can't hear you.
4, 5. How far away is this thing from me?
Far. It is currently, it's a pretty big map.
I have to shrink that a little bit.
You are currently 125 feet away.
Perfect. Actually, not perfect. Hold on.
What are you striking it with?
This thing? What's the range on Hunter's Mark? Oh, man. Never mind. Okay, forget Hunter's Mark. I'm just gonna hit it twice with longbow.
Longbow has a range of 150, so yeah. So go ahead and make an attack. Natural 11 does not hit. Natural 1.
Oh man.
1 second as I pull up the ting.
That hurts a little bit.
Okay. As you run up, you quickly, as you're running, you quickly fire 2 arrows. But on the second arrow, you lose your footing, and you do fire the arrow, but it kind of like tumbles in the air, and you tumble in the air on what you call it? You tumble real quickly and find yourself prone on the ground. You fall.
He said I tumbled in the air. Okay, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that end your turn?
Yes it does.
Alright, it is now Maximus's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna... Can I hop on the box?
Sure.
Alright, so I'm gonna hop on the box.
You hop on the box. 1 second. Alright, there you go.
I'm just gonna... chill there.
Alright, you hop on the box, glaive equipped, and you just chill there. It is now the bad boy's turn. Okay, so... he begins making a beeline towards the party. He's going to take the dash action. Makes like you guys can feel the ground tremor as this enormous beast runs up to you guys. 1 second as I read something.
Are you allowed to tell us how big this creature is?
How tall?
I mean like actual size.
It is quite large.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second.
The saxophone, though.
Okay, that'll end its turn. It is now Bleatov's turn.
Alright, we're gonna shoot it with an arrow from here.
Sure, you quickly turn around, knock your arrow. Go ahead and make an action. 12 does not hit. Your arrow actually does hit, but it bounces off its scaly hides. Its rough outer skin.
Okay. Can I hide it here?
one of its as you were running, one of its heads has been looking at you the whole time.
Alright. So, here we go. Dash is bonus.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Sure.
13, 14.
Bliata begins making a beeline towards the party, makes a sharp left as he runs into the foliage where the rest of the map doesn't exist. Unfortunately. Does that end your turn, Bliata?
Yeah.
It is now Magnus's turn.
Alright. How far is this thing?
Yeah, this is a great song, by the way, guys. A+.
Shit, I need to zoom out to see Alex. Okay. I really like where I am because I'm really close to everyone, so I could start to Sentinel.
Okay.
Well, this guy moves, but I don't know how quickly like he can
For a
move. You know,
creature,
I don't know his
of his
potential.
size, this thing is moving quite fast.
Damn, fuck! I hate fast creatures because that fucks me all up. All right, I think I'm gonna just stay kind of where I am.
Sure.
I'm gonna just dodge, but you know I got that Sentinel ready for someone to get tagged with. Not me.
Okay, sure. Lady
Yeah.
Lionheart, let's see. She doesn't really have a lot of range in her bag of tricks, unfortunately. What she's gonna do is she's gonna take the dodge action while concentrating on her bless spell. As she pulls up her shield and holds it firmly in a grasp, firmly grasps it. And that'll end her turn. It is now Osas's turn.
I think I'm gonna move up a little bit.
Sure, you may. The shield is lifted unless you want to recast it.
I'll recast.
Okay, so you with your shield still up. You gotta
10, 15.
Hold on.
Should I go? I'm pretty sure there should be a status, something like that, for shield in my character.
Well, you know what? That's actually no, but we need to denote where the direction is. That's the thing.
Okay.
So, this is as far as you go?
Yeah, and I move up my. Okay, so that's.
Your hammer can move up to
5,
20 feet, I believe.
10, 15, 20.
You can move it on your own. Okay. As Osas moves up with his hammer in tow, his armor clattering. Actually, his armor doesn't clatter. My bad. The hammer moves alongside of him, drifts alongside him. Is that your turn?
Yes, sir.
It is now Earthmaya's turn.
Alright. Two short bow
Okay,
attacks.
go ahead.
And not disadvantage because it's actually in range.
Yep, it is in range now. 24 hits, 9 does not. You knock an arrow and fire 2 arrows in quick succession. One of them lands into it, getting about like half an inch in, not that deep. Second one completely just bounces off one of the scales. It takes 5 piercing damage. Is that in your turn?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be right here.
Okay. It is now. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
It is now Riley's turn.
Right. Let me check something. Alright, cool. If I cast Firebolt, that's not a concentration cantrip. So
It's
really
not.
big.
It's not. So you can throw a firebolt. That's fine.
It wouldn't affect summoning Kato.
No.
Alright, so in that case, I use Firebolt.
You may. Uh, 19 hits soundly as the firebolt travels. It slams onto to this creature's form, and you see all the heads kind of like riff out in pain, all of them screeching out.
Wait, hold on. 1d4 also from Bless.
You already hit. You don't need
That's
it.
only on saves.
No, it's for
No,
attack
it's
rolls.
It's on the saves and attack roll.
You already hit, so it's fine. So that's another
Okay.
-4. Let's see. 1 second. Okay, got it. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. It is now Crush's turn.
I'm gonna stand up.
Okay, you do so?
You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, he is within range of this, so I'm gonna hit him with the Hunter's Mark.
Sure. Does that have a saving throw or no?
No.
Okay. So as you quickly go through the incantations, suddenly energy dissipates from you, travels through the space, and wraps around the creature. You can see like a circle of energy, kind of very oddly, just going around it.
Okay.
1 second.
You know,
Okay.
let me just put this up here so I can read it. Alright, so with that then, I'm also gonna hit him with 2 longbows.
Okay. 17 hits, 6 does not.
The first one's just a 5.
So 5, deal 5 damage. Okay. And you deal an extra 1d6.
Let me roll that for you. 1d6. 5.
Another extra 5 points of damage. Okay. 1 second. I gotta read something real quick. Does that end your turn?
Yes, it does.
It is now Maximus's turn.
Just gonna dodge.
Okay, give yourself the shield icon as you hoist up your shield and prepare yourself in a defensive stance. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, it is now the creature's turn. It's going to continue its beeline towards you guys. Oh. And it can't quite reach, so ends its turn right here, stopping right in front of Magnus. Osas and Crush, as it makes a beeline towards you guys, but it's going to end its turn there.
I'm just gonna look up at it.
Sure. It is now Bleetop's turn.
You're gonna shoot it.
Okay.
How many heads did we say this thing has? 5?
5. 18
18.
hits, 11 plus 6, that's 17. Got it. Okay.
Then I'm gonna go into here. Can I try to hide this time?
Sure. You can see that one of the heads still has its eyes locked onto you, though. It has 5 heads, has more than enough to survey the party and you at the same time.
Can I try to
So
hide?
it knows you're there. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
It is now Magnus's turn.
Moving up doesn't cause an opportunity attack, right? Because I'm still in his range.
Yes. Opportunity attack is only when you leave the range.
Leave the range, right? And I'm in
Yes.
the range now, right? Because I don't know how its range is. Oh.
Yeah, but getting closer to it is not gonna get you out of its range.
Okay.
That'd be weird.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna move up.
You may.
And hit this nigga with the warhammer.
Sure.
Twice attack.
Okay, so 14 hits, 9 does not. I'm sorry.
You know,
14
you
does
know
none of
what?
those hit.
Wait, can I use inspiration or do I have to use it afterward or beforehand?
1 second. So none of those hits. Do you have inspiration?
I do have.
No, wait, hold on. He has blessed. Use blessed.
Oh, he has bless.
Oh, I have
1d4.
bless.
You can add a 1d4 to both those rolls.
Okay. I'll add a 1d4. To both of them? Okay.
Yes.
Slash R 1d4. Oh fuck! I did it wrong. 1d4 is for the first one.
Okay.
Probably doesn't.
Two. Now it does hit. First one hits.
Hey.
So he takes a total of 5 bludgeoning damage, minus 5.
Wait. All right. So I used the bless on the first one, right? Can I use my inspiration on the second one?
You can use. Do you have inspiration? You can use inspiration on the second one, sure. That's fine.
Yes.
Alright, so second one is a natural 20 with inspiration. Do you want double damage or an added effect?
Double damage. Double damage.
Double damage. 8.
Then there's the fire damage as well.
You didn't turn on your hammer.
You never turn it on.
4, 8 plus an extra 12 points of damage.
I never turn off my hammer though.
Okay, 102.
So it's burning your ass when you're.
Okay, so
now that I notice my hammer's not on.
Sure, now you can turn it on.
Can I say Karad?
Sure, it's on.
And smack this nigga twice again.
As you say Karad, it lights up on fire.
Can I hit this nigga twice again with the warhammer?
Sure, I'm using my action surge. Sure.
Yeah. Alright, and then bop bop.
First one, 24 hits. Second one is a natural 1. So it takes a total of 6 damage from you, minus 6. And as you slam it with the fiery warhammer, you see all the heads screech out in pain. Unfortunately, you do roll a natural 1. Let's see what happens.
Smacks crush. With a wide momentum, smacks crush.
As you attempt to go for, so you gain a little confidence from that natural 20 that you hit the second hit, and you come in with a third strike, and you get a little overzealous on the fourth strike. As you do, you swing, you kind of overswing, miss, and you lose your footing a bit. Let's see.
I'm now prone.
You are prone. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, Constitution. I'm good at Constitution.
Maximus says the same thing he went.
20. You still lose your footing.
20.
So I'm just prone now, right?
You take a total of 3 bludgeoning damage as you essentially throw yourself to the floor. But
okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
Hey.
Does that end your turn?
Yee.
Okay. It is now Lady Lionheart's turn. She is going to move up. She takes her great sword, and as the heads are, some of them are kind of like at ground level. She takes her great sword and attempts to slice one of them off. Let's see, great sword. First one is a 9. 9 misses, but she does have extra attack. Second one is 23, which definitely hits. She deals a total of 9 slashing damage. And you guys notice, she actually gets into one of the heads and completely lops it off.
Hey! Lit shit, boys.
How many go back?
Hail Hydra.
Hail
Hydra.
Alright, it is now Osas's turn.
Oh, hello. Okay. Oh.
Can you
So there are now 4 heads.
Take the dick out your mouth.
So, I guess just point the shield at him.
Sure.
I don't know if it's gonna be a weird look.
1 second. So let's go ahead and reposition that shield real quick. Oh, hold on. Okay, there you go.
And I bang that thing with the hammer.
Sure, you may. Go ahead and give me an attack.
Okay.
And hammers.
Wait, why didn't it work?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Look it. It's not working.
Huh.
Ah, your magic's still not working, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Why is it not
No
working for you?
DC.
You're just sending blank space.
That's a blank space.
So go ahead and roll a 1d20 plus 7.
1d20 plus 7, okay. 1d20 plus 7.
24, that hits. For the damage, let's see what you gotta do for damage.
I'll check, hold on.
1 second. Let's pull up how much. Let's see, spiritual weapon. Blah blah blah. It deals 1d8 plus 7.
Okay. 1d8. Where'd it go? Okay, 1d8 plus 7.
You deal a total of 12 points of damage. Very nice. Your hammer makes a resounding crack against his form. You can hear bones shattering.
Any chance that I can make that attack at specifically to
No,
the head?
no called shots. No called shots.
Okay. Alright, got it.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
It is now Rithmaya's turn.
Alright, question. These are trees, right?
Sure.
Nah, they're cactuses.
I'm just.
That's
I'm only asking if I could shadow step through the.
I would say the light goes through the fauna of the trees, so unfortunately no.
Damn. What about
Can you
here?
shadow step into the
Again,
animal?
Same thing. Gotcha.
Into the butthole.
Again, it's currently daylight right now, so unfortunately no.
Okay, gotcha.
Because you know the butthole is the place where the sun don't shine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Fucking. It's 1 in the morning, man. I get goofy when it's really late. I'm sorry. I apologize to all our viewers.
So
our 0 viewers.
All of our 2 viewers.
3.
All 2 of them.
3. I'm gonna use my go short bow.
Go ahead. 12 misses, 10 misses. You knock 2 arrows and fire them in quick succession. Both of them just bounce off the creature's hide.
I mean, I'm not blessed, so I don't really give a shit.
Is that in your turn?
Yeah, in my turn.
It is now Riley's turn.
Interaction doesn't break concentration.
No.
Alright, in that case, I persuade Diaz.
You may. 13. Yeah, you hit the DC. DC is a 12.
Yep.
You persuade Diaz into aiding you, and he sharpens in your hand.
I use another firebolt as well.
Sure, go ahead. 16 hits, dealing 9 fire damage. Oh, hold on, I don't like this.
Sounds like Jeopardy.
This.
What the?
It's CNN.
Fox News.
Okay. So it is design your turn. Your firebolt slams into the creature, and again you see the heads rip out in pain, screeching. It's like nails on chalk, or nails on chalkboard, not chalk.
Yeah, that ends my turn, and I continue trying to call Kato.
Sure. You know, you hear Kato. He says, "New phone, who this?" It's now Crush's turn.
Okay. I could have sworn there was something I wanted to do and I can't remember. So I'm gonna just hit it twice with a battle axe.
Sure, you may. You brandish your battle axe and attempt to hit it twice.
Actually, can I go one battle axe, one longsword?
You can only brandish one weapon at a time.
Alright, so let's go to battle axe then. Alright, so...
16 hits.
13.
I don't know why there's an extra 3.
That's for the one-handed. That's if I swing.
Okay. You pull out the battle axe and you swing it aggressively. Your 16 does hit, dealing a total of 13 slashing damage as you lop off one of the heads that are low to the ground.
Oh, that was an extra 1 for no reason. No, that's the hunters. And
Sure.
then here's the second.
1 second.
See him roll twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So minus 13
An extra
and minus 1. And another minus 13. Yeah. You actually lop off 2 heads.
Very good.
Is there anything else that I can do here? Nah, okay, that's it.
1 second.
Yeah.
I lost track of how many heads it has. Jeez.
Yeah, you said it had 5.
This is 5. Lady Lightheart
Nice.
took out 1. You took out 2, so it has 2 heads now. Yeah.
Yes, apples.
Alright, does that end your turn?
Yes, it is.
It is now Maximus' turn.
Dodge.
So you have a shield icon. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, it is now the creature's turn. It currently has 2 heads. It is going to make a bite attack against. It's going to make a bite attack against you, Crush, twice.
Can I blow my reaction to shield?
You have shield as a spell?
Yes, I do.
Okay, sure, you may. So that blows one of your level 1 spells, I believe?
Yeah, I only have once, so I have
Okay.
none left. Actually, no, I have none left.
So what does that raise your AC to?
It gives me a extra +5.
So what are you at right now? 18?
18.
Okay, it's going to still make 2 bites against you. First one coming in at a... Second. First one coming in at a 22.
That's a hit.
You take 11 piercing damage as its maw clamps onto your form.
11. Alright.
And it's going to make a second bite attack against you. Coming in at a natural 1.
Hey! It disarms its teeth.
Its head falls off.
He accidentally bites another head.
Okay. One of the as the first bite, the first head releases its maw off of you. The other one goes in for a strike, but you are able to sidestep ever so slightly, giving you like you're within arm's reach, allowing you to attack it with. Oh no! Unfortunately, you use your reaction to shield.
Yeah, I blew the reaction.
So you get technically nothing. It is now Bleatov's turn.
No, I don't get hit a second time.
What's up?
I shoot it.
Go ahead.
With what?
12 does not hit. You knock an arrow and it flies through the fauna and through the foliage, hitting the target but bouncing off its hide.
Can I hide there?
I'll say the heads are preoccupied with what's in front of it right now, so sure. Natural 20.
You are invisible.
Yeah,
He is one with the leaves.
Bleatov, who? Who's that?
Alex has been banished.
Can I move while hidden or no? Just keep me hidden.
I would say it's currently preoccupied, so sure.
So I can like move up like this.
Sure.
Right?
It's a little preoccupied right now.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Don't worry, buddy. I got you. You're.
Alright.
Alright,
it is now Magnus's turn.
I'll hit him with the Warhammer.
You may.
You're prone.
Oh, I get up.
Sure, you get up.
And that's my action, right? Getting up?
No.
No, it's half movement.
16,
oh, then I hit him with the Warhammer.
Both hits. This one for minus 13.
13.
This one for you hit just enough. How do you want to do this? It fits perfectly.
Like a puzzle pieces. Is that the last head I hit him with?
Technically your hammer can't cut heads.
Oh, so I basically beat his body to death?
Sure, it's whatever you want it to be.
Anyone got a good meme for me? I don't know what to do here.
Why you gotta make it meme?
Yo, do you.
Alright, do me? Alright.
Meme.
So I see my colleagues here hacking and slashing and fighting and bludgeoning this stupid five-headed, four-headed because Lady Lionheart, two-headed motherfucker, and so I'm like,
I want to do that.
It's exterminating time, and I jump up,
okay,
high into the air as
give me an athletics check.
Yeah, can you even jump?
Yeah, I can jump really high. I have a
23. You jump and it like the ground tremors for a moment and like dust is kicked back in a circular from where you were standing, and you're like up like anime style. You see like lines passing by you, right? You suddenly have like hair and it's like flying through the air. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm like Thor in like in the Marvel movies and just bring the hammer down, just smack it right into his body.
Sure. You take the hammer and you just drop one heavy, resounding hammer blow, and as you do, you see dust kick back from that area of impact, and you hear bone, flesh. You can feel that area become a little gelatinous, and as you do, you have a second strike.
I have a second strike?
Yeah, that was your first hit.
What the fuck? I thought I was giving the killing blow.
Yeah, that was your first strike. You have a second strike. What do you want to do? You're currently on the creature. You just drop like a huge hit on it, bone cracking. You can feel that area just. You're like tenderizing
So
that area.
Would that first one hit the first head, and the second hit the second head, and knock them both off?
Sure.
Knock them both off.
Sure, you do so, and you can feel the skull caving in.
That's why we bang hammers.
And you can see one of the eyeballs begin to like pop out of the skull. It's a little grotesque, but yeah. All right, so that ends that.
Alright, so when this happens, I take my battle axe and I bang it against his hammer.
Sure.
Great.
You gotta make his dream come true.
And we take off the heads. That'll be 500. No, I'm just kidding.
Alright, so everyone.
That'll be 250 gold.
Everyone gets 200. Those of you without the EXP bonus, 243 EXP. Those of you with the bonus, that's 268.
268.
Again, those of you without the bonus, 243. Those of you with the bonus,
calculated, by the way.
268.
Go to your gear wheel, and then enable the calculator.
I thought that was collection.
Was it collection?
Yeah.
Oh, it's under macros. It's next to the gear wheel.
Okay. So you guys find yourself in the forest, and suddenly, after the battle subsides, you guys see a few birds escape from the trees, and some of them begin to return, and the sound of wildlife begins to slowly come in and resume. Essentially, it seemed like the moment that this creature entered the area, like the wildlife came to like a very quick and like very quickly became silent.
I'm gonna examine the horse this time.
Sure.
Question.
Is this
Can
edible?
I take some of its teeth?
You can always attempt to.
Is this
I will
edible?
attempt to.
Is this edible?
Anything's edible if you're brave enough.
Let's go, guys. Taking some slabs.
What do I gotta roll for teeth?
Athletics. Or 1 second.
Isn't this survival?
More of survival, yeah. More of a survival. Let me.
Can we say that enough time has passed for Kato to come into existence?
have
1
advantage
second.
on that.
1 second. Let's see. What did I have for you guys?
Oh, slabs of meat.
Okay, here you go. 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have advantage, so you have an 18.
This is not your no. A natural one.
That's why I said cap.
No,
What do you mean?
No,
You attempt
Wisdom in the forest.
I
Wisdom
have.
force. Advantage.
No, this is not this is
no.
creature related.
Oh.
So
unless it's his favorite creature.
what's your favorite?
Oh,
No, your
yeah.
favorite creature was like some kind of humanoid.
Hunter's mark.
That does no.
No.
So you attempt to pull out you attempt to pull out the creature's teeth, and you can't quite find purchase, and they just you can't seem to collect them with a natural 1, unfortunately.
Can I like?
1 second.
Can somebody get me some of these teeth?
Bliatov, you where are you?
Right next to him.
So you take a moment to quickly and quietly walk up to the briskly walk up to the horse. Give me either a give me an investigation check. 24. What are you looking for?
A couple of things. First, is it a wild? Does it have horseshoes?
No.
So it's a wild horse. Second, what were the marks that kill? Is it like bite marks?
Give me a medicine check. 10. You know well enough that these are not bite marks or claw marks. These are not from a natural feral creature.
It's an aboleth, guys.
Hey, you want me to drop an aboleth right now?
No,
Let's go.
I'm kidding.
What about the footprints around here?
Footprints. Give me another investigation check. 14. You can't really quite discern. They're a little faint. You do know that they're footprints, though.
I have advantage.
Not really a forest check per se.
Well, if it's a beast, I have advantage.
It's not.
It's a
Pull up
it's a
the card.
robot. It's a robot.
Also, wouldn't it be Yeah.
More of an
Both of you throw
investigation
rule
check.
books.
More of an investigation check. You do know that there are footprints, and you can ascertain that whatever, you can assume that there may be people, whatever people that were here were trying to not be detected.
Can I track them? So it's like
It
tell
seems
which way
like the footprints are more like dense in this area, but they don't appear to lead off anywhere. Whoever made these footprints were trying not to be detected. It's a miracle that you were even able to detect these footprints to begin with.
That means he's just bad.
Alright.
So while that's being done,
I'm gonna go back to the party then.
Sure. As you walk up, there is a familiar beast there. Suddenly.
Alright, so yeah, get those slabs of meat.
1 second.
Where am I standing?
One at a time. 1 second.
As it comes back to life.
Right here. Finally. Right here. Riley, you begin to finish up your incantations, and suddenly, before you, a bit of radiant energy escapes from you and begins to form into what you know to be your familiar and favorite creature, Kato, the dire wolf.
I like grab him by the face and be like, "Good boy, how you doing, good boy?" And then, "Good to have you back." And then
he nods.
regain my composure as I notice everyone's watching.
Sure. You see him kind of like he's about to get going all like he goes onto the ground and reveals his belly to be scratched.
I rub his belly.
You do so.
Can I give him a hug?
What is there anything else? Someone want to do something?
Slabs of meat, baby.
Give me a survival check.
Wait.
26. You yes.
How about nat 20?
Regarding the footprints thing, when you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to your favorite terrain,
It's not really. It's more of a. Not. I would say.
Track someone in the forest.
I would say. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm gonna stick to it. I'll say that you were able to see the footprints, which again, you shouldn't have been able to because these people were clearly trying to avoid being detected. But that's all you can really ascertain.
I'm gonna come back to the party.
Arithmai, with your natural 20, you gain 3. I don't know why you want to do this, but sure.
I'm hungry as hell. Also, Crush, what else did you want me to pull out?
By the way, it's been 10 days since you gathered those
Those cobalt meats? Yeah, I threw it out.
They're very rancid right now.
Yeah, I threw it out, don't worry.
You never mentioned it beforehand.
Well, I start to smell it, now I want to throw it out.
Sure. But the insides of your bag are a little rancid, unfortunately.
I'll wash it later. We'll find a lake.
Sure, you throw 3 heavy slabs of whatever this creature's is in there.
Woman.
How much would they weigh?
I would say like it's a pretty large creature. I would say 5 pounds apiece.
5 pounds apiece. Okay. 3 slabs, alright?
Yeah.
What? Can I run a nature check to see if I know this creature?
Sure.
Like if I read across something?
Sure.
Nature.
9. You have no idea what this creature is. Anyone else would like to do anything?
Can I do forage the trees?
Serpentine. Meat.
Can I do a divine sense? Or use a divine sense to see if I get anything from this creature?
It's
see if I can tell if it's an evil creature or not.
It's currently dead.
It's dead.
Yeah, it's currently dead. Not really. Alignment doesn't really have an alignment when it's dead. Can't really align with anything if it's currently dead. Yeah.
That makes sense.
As I walk
It's very neutral now.
What's up,
as I
Lito?
walk back, I'm telling everyone, I don't think the horse was killed by this.
As you say that, Bliatov, 4 figures emerge from the foliage. So let's head back into 1 second. We don't really need this page anymore.
Really?
To update, of course, the ship is down here. Okay, right here. So you guys are currently over here, of course.
I gotta zoom in. Hold up.
as you guys are doing your thing, summoning Kato, collecting slabs of meat, suddenly four figures appear from the brush. One of them wearing a relatively heavy set of armor. One of them wearing a rather light set of armor, and one wearing robes, and one who currently has a lute on his back.
Loot.
And
dark-skinned bird.
you see the lightly armored one with an arrow in hand look a little bit frustrated. They took our quarry, and you see the one who's heavily armored, who is a human, kind of cleanly shaven, very clean cut, blonde hair, kind of like a more clean cut kind of appearance. Look a little bit frustrated as he looks at the party approaching. Who would be the closest? Would be approaching you, Bleetov.
Okay.
Grabs you by the scruff, which is like the front side of your shirt, where your collar meets the rest of your.
Do we all see this?
Yes, very obvious. They're not hiding.
Like, what's asking?
Do you understand what you've done? And you seem kind of gritting his teeth.
No.
And as you answer, he kind of like lets you go. Looks in frustration. Looks at the creature and looks at the the 3 people that came with him. And he kind of you hear him kind of briefly say the word harvest. You've killed our quarry. This quarry was part of our contract. And you see him kind of look a little agitated. Is there a reason why you've killed our quarry?
We were trying to pass through and it attacked us.
Typical. And you see him kind of like straighten out his armor. And he pulls out a dagger. Give me a perception check. 12. There's something about this dagger, but you can't quite pinpoint it. It happens a little fast. He pulls out a dagger and begins harvesting pieces of this creature. And as he does, one of the more lightly clothed appears to be some kind of like magical practitioner. Has a bit of like an elvish look to her. Kind of 1 second as she kind of like excuses herself around you and opens up a bag. He begins cutting into this creature, along with the help of what appears to be somewhat of another lightly armored kind of archer-looking character. You can see that this person, has a bit more of a you would know Bleetov, more of like a half-elf appearance. And they begin harvesting what's left of this creature. Since you guys kind of like eviscerated it a bit. A little messy, but you guys do see them begin to cut into this creature. And the last character, who carries a lute, an instrument, which is essentially like a medieval guitar, kind of looks around and you mind if we talk a bit? Real quick, and kind of looks at you, Bleetov.
Of course.
Kind of takes you aside. And before you is a smaller fellow. Looks to be maybe a halfling or a gnome, one or the other. Pretty short. Here's the thing. We come from, Are you heading up to Wiham by any chance?
Yes.
First of all, you have to excuse my friend. He's a little bit of a little hot-headed. You understand, right?
We have someone in our party similar to that.
Yeah, I hear that. Anyways, between you and me, that creature over there, yeah, again, as the guy stated, that's our quarry, and we were tasked with hunting it down. That's why we set all those. I'm not sure if you noticed, but we have a few, animals, carcasses lying around. You see, and we were hoping that we would catch it with one of our. We've been tracking this thing for a couple of days now, and you guys kind of killed it, which is kind of bad for us.
You needed to capture it alive?
Not really. We needed to how do I put this? We needed to kill it with one of our own weaponry, so to speak. And you seem kind of like the halfling, kind of a little small, and you see he's a little. So you do ascertain that it is a halfling from his appearance, quite small, a little hairy. And again,
and what happens if you don't use your weaponry?
Yeah, that means we don't get to complete our contract, and that gets a little messy, you see. And you see him kind
And
of...
what can we do about this to fix it?
This is actually the first time that it's happened to us. You might want to go to the Hunter's Pride and see what happens from there.
Where is that?
It's in the city of Wiham. Go to the, 1 second as I pull up the name.
Pulls up a generated name.
Hey, who told you guys that it was generated? You don't know that. You guys always making these
What was
assumptions.
it called? Hunter's Cottage?
Hunter's Pride.
Oh, Pride.
Looks like that's the name of a guild.
Yeah, you would know, right?
Is that a reference to the group from, not Skyrim?
I'm sorry?
Is that a reference to the group from Skyrim?
I honestly, maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
What was the name of the thing again?
You can find the Hunter's Bride. It's a building with a banner of a, you can see it's like a beast with like an arrow. It's hard to miss. It's on the boundary, the northern boundary of let me find the name. On the boundary of Warforged Heights, between, it's on the main road. You can't miss it. You might want to. This is the first time that this has happened. Usually, people don't travel the outskirts around Wiham, so as you can tell, it's a little dangerous per se.
That's why we were ready to defend ourselves as we're traveling.
Well, yes. You see him kind of scratching his head, a little shorter than you. So you're kind of like looking down at him, and he's kind of looking up at you. Well, perhaps.
Do you need? Are you going to be coming with us to the Hunter's Pride?
Well, and he kind of darts a look back to the other folk around the other folk. I'm sorry, the other three who are currently harvesting what's left of this creature. Looks back to you. Well, from the display of I don't think they're gonna appreciate that.
So what happens? What's typical that happens, and are you able to fix this?
We can't fix it. Go to the Hunter's Pride. Talk to the front desk. Maybe they can arrange something.
Okay.
We'll be there too shortly.
Can I have your group's name so that they know?
1 second.
They know what happened and who it is.
1 second, as I pull up a name from my notes.
Generated notes.
Generated notes.
Excuse me. Yes, we're called the Brass Lion Tooth. It's just us four for now. We're trying to market, we're trying to grow, but it's been a little difficult.
Someone writing this down, because my roll 20 isn't letting me log anything in for some reason. Something lion tooth. What is it?
Brass lion tooth.
That has got to be the corniest thing I've heard.
I know.
Coming from the guy named after soda.
Savage.
Well, let's be honest. Order of the First Strike is still by far the worst
Oh
name
man,
here we
go.
Well, eat a dick, nigga, because I don't see you coming up with a fucking name.
Didn't he call, who was the one that came up with Mono Dioro?
That's Jose.
Jose.
Jose came up with Memento Mori. I came up with Order of the First Strike. If you want to take the dick out of your mouth and give us a name for once, then okay, maybe we'll be cool with it. Brass Lying Tooth is the party's name. Did we learn the halfling's name? Because I couldn't.
Okay. Next, I'll ask him. Do you know how far away from Wiham we are? Because
well, it's actually not too far from here. Actually, we're surprised that it's about. He looks up towards. It's kind of hard to measure. The foliage here is a little dense. It's probably, if I were to say, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, perhaps. By the way, where? And he looks at the party and looks back at you. Where exactly did you guys come from? You don't appear to be from here.
We're visiting the city of Wiham on matters that
don't
I
concern you.
cannot say, but it is
Oh,
very
come
important.
on. You can tell me. You see him kind of like leaning a little bit.
Where are we landing, boys?
And I see his hands on his hips, kind of like smiling at you coyly. Coyly, yeah. Ah, you can tell me. We're friends, right?
It's not something that I can risk.
Tell him we're from Boyden.
Again. Go to the Hunter's Pride. Perhaps, maybe they can do something. You see him kind of like rubbing his temple. Well,
So what's so special about using your weapons to take it down?
the weapons complete the contract.
So,
That's a thing.
Oh, I'm not there. Okay.
As it currently stands, we technically didn't complete our contract.
And how would they know that you used your weapon or not?
The contract is binded to us via the weapon. If we don't get the killing blow, the contract is not complete, and they'll know that we haven't completed it. It's unfortunate. You see him kind of like rubbing his chin, kind of like wondering what to do.
Are there more of these creatures around?
This one in particular, not per se, but the area around Wiham has a few nasty, pretty creatures like this.
Okay. I've seen your other animals that you left. I'm guessing those were yours.
Yeah.
Are there more towards the path towards Wiham, so that we know whether or not to pass
No, we
by?
actually have it spread around this area. That's just a few, actually. And you see him kind of like your question kind of goes in one ear and out the other, and he's currently, you can see on his face, he's thinking.
Well, I'll be sure to stop by Hunter's Pride. May I have your name? I'm Blytov.
Nice to meet you, Blytov. Let me pull up his sheet real quick.
Generated name?
Auto-generated name.
The name's Eris. Eris. Nice to meet you. And he spits in his hand and offers his hand to you.
I do the same.
You spit in your hand and it makes that gooey, yucky sound.
Leon, are you playing Warframe in the background?
Pleasure meeting you.
Eris. That's with a Y, by the way. And he gives you a bit of smile, and you notice that he has a gap in the middle of his two front teeth.
Alright.
Yo, make fun of it.
So, do we both walk back to the party?
Sure. You walk back to the party, and he walks to his party, and you can see him converse. As what do you guys want to do? Lady Lionheart and the rest of the party just like watching the exchange. And Lady Lionheart kind of like.
We pick up and get out.
Leah, did you get my whisper?
Sure. It doesn't seem like they're more focused on the creature, and you can tell that the human looks quite upset. You guys can see him like shooting daggers at you guys. Shooting daggers with his eyes, not like actual daggers.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be safe.
Okay.
Did I ever get my teeth?
Nope. No.
What now?
Now would probably not be a good time to do that.
I know, right? Stop getting teeth, man.
What? The teeth would be cool. You make a good necklace out of it.
Teeth.
Yo, let's go.
That's why he's a tiefling, you know, because you gotta get them teeths.
I'll walk back to the party, and I'll be like, "Alright, guys. So we caused a bit of an issue with these guys. Some kind of contract that they need fulfilling. We're gonna need to stop by somewhere after we deliver this. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long."
Contract?
Hmm?
It's not our fault they can't complete a contract.
It's not, but I'm not here to make.
So
enemies.
are you guys like huddled around? What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
We're huddled around the box.
You guys are huddled around the box. Lady Lionheart looks at you. What exactly contract? And she looks a little bit confused. You see her face kind of recede into one of confusion.
They have some kind of guild of sorts that gives contracts, I'm guessing. It's called Hunter's Pride on the northern boundary.
Let's see if she knows about it. I personally have never heard of it. Rolls a 7.
That auto-generated roll.
Alright, guys, come on. You guys killing me.
rolls, guys.
They are a pretty new party, so don't think they really know what happens.
And
They
you see
asked
Lady
if we,
Lionheart kind of eye them, looking them over, looks back at the party. To be fair, I don't think they could have taken on that creature.
Exactly.
Even if they couldn't, I'd still
That's their own fault.
I personally would like to go to Hunter's Pride while
I
you
understand.
guys
We
deal
should,
with this.
and you see Lady Lionheart again recede once more into a different expression, one where like a little bit of sadness in her eyes. It would be good to right our wrongs, and you see her kind of like think of like for a moment.
I don't think all of us need to go per se, but
Right. Well, we do
I would
have
like
business to take
Magnus
care
to
of.
come with me, if anyone, because he told me that the contract needs to land the killing blow. So if that matters so much, I'd rather take the person who landed the killing blow.
Well, that is fair. By the way, and she looks at Magnus. That was quite a display. Magnus?
Yes, sorry, I'm here.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I got disconnected.
Lady Lionheart tells you that your killing blow was cool.
That's
Did
it?
you hear
That's all
what
she
I
said?
said?
Huh?
No, I was trying to get on my phone to let you guys know, but it connected while I was doing that.
I asked that you come with me to Hunter's Pride since you landed the killing blow.
Okay. I agree, I accept.
Okay.
Can I come anyway? If there's
I don't know if
If
my
there's
thing glitched out
room-
again. What was the weapon that they used? That they needed to use?
You don't know that.
Oh, they didn't tell us yet? Oh, okay.
Only
so
one
yeah.
person saw.
It's fucking stupid Discord, I swear. Fuck you, Comcast.
Alright. So as their party of 4 begin to harvest what remains of this creature, no one really knows what it is. No one asked. What would you guys like to do?
Resume back formation and get out.
Sure. You guys hurriedly resume formation and begin to travel onwards towards Wiham, which, according to Eris, with a Y, Alex.
Eris with a Y.
So Y-A-R-I-S?
E-R-Y-A. Oh god, I can't. E-R-Y-S, Eris.
Rice.
Eris with a Y.
A-E-R-Y-S, Eris?
As you guys begin formation and you guys begin to head towards Wiham, you guys eventually take the next, like Eris said, about 3-4 hours. So for a total trek time of about 10 hours. You guys are, by the way, at this point exhausted. It's
guys.
about sunset. As you guys begin towards heading more north, eventually the trees begin to die down, become more sparse, and eventually you guys are brought to the very limits of Wiham. In the distance, you guys see, let me pull you guys up real quick. Right over here. And let me pull up its theme song.
It's the Kingdom of Oz.
So, stop.
Oh, wait, no, don't stop this. This sounds nice.
Oh wait, is that?
So eventually you guys continue walking, and soon the trees begin to die down and a clearing begins to generate itself in front of you guys. And again, in the distance, a very large city. You guys can see like pillars, spires, different kind of buildings poking out from the outer city walls. From this distance, you guys can't really tell, but these walls look... there's something about these walls that you guys can't really ascertain from this distance, but with the sun setting to the west, so a little against the city, you guys arrive to the outer limits of Wiham, and that is where we will end this session for tonight.
Cities.
Alright, so we will see you guys next week on the next episode. Let me hit right here.